Yo. What's happening with it? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to an episode of Everything Boxing. Jago talking that boxing again. Yeah. We definitely gonna cook today. So make sure that you come in the building, smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? So they can get these notifications sent out. Smash on my like button and let's get ready to cook because I got a lot to say. Yes, sir. I know they're not going to send my notifications out like that because I don't really do live streams. So, but, if y'all make sure that you hit the like button, so we can get some real, you know what I'm saying? So we can get the truth. Light skin business, what's happening with it, brother? Salute. Yeah, a lot going on in boxing. And this weekend, we got Canelo and Charlo. Big fight card. I can't wait, But it's a lot of BS going on in boxing, too. A lot of BS that got to get addressed. Yes, sir. Yeah, so like I said, smash on the like button. I know they're not going to send my notifications out to y'all. But, for the 10 people in the building, make sure that you smash the like button so the notifications can get out. Because like I said, I got a whole lot to cook on today. And jump in the comments and let me know that you're in the building. Jump in the comments, let me know you're in the building. Yes, sir. But I ain't going, I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. I'm going to get into some of what went on this weekend. And then, like I said, I'm going to get into the nitty gritty, what we need to talk about. This really, what I want to really talk about is that interview that Frank Martin did this weekend. You know what I'm talking about? We definitely going to touch on that interview that Frank Martin did this weekend, right? And we definitely gonna touch on Terence Crawford and this whole ordeal with what he doing with Errol Spence, and so we're gonna talk about all that. David Frazier, what's happening with it? Salute. But anyway, I know ain't really nobody in the building. It's only a few people in the building, but we gonna cook anyway. So man, this weekend we had a lot of good boxing this weekend. We had a lot of good boxing. The early card, we saw my man Anthony Yarde come back. He fought a nobody, so he did what he was supposed to do. I'm looking forward to seeing Anthony Yarde in there against some of them other light heavyweights like a Callum Smith. I would like to see Anthony Yarde against somebody like a Callum Smith. I think that's a solid fight. But Anthony Yarde, he went in there, light work, did what he was supposed to do. J.A. Dixon, what's happening with it? Salute. Also, what else we had? Oh, yeah, Big Bang. The Big Bang. Now, I'm going to say some shit when I talk about the Big Bang that might shock a lot of people, and I'm surprised that I'm saying this myself. But the Big Bang, man, that big head dude can crack. Like, he could crack. Because if anybody is familiar with Joe Joyce and been following his career, Joe Joyce probably has one of the best chins, if not the best chin in all of boxing. Matter of fact, I might say that Joe Joyce has the best chin in all of boxing because he's getting hit with shots by heavyweights. You feel what I'm saying? He gets hit with shots by heavyweights. And so, you know, that's different than getting hit with shots by middleweights or welterweights. So his chin is on a whole nother level. And for Big Bang Zane to lay Joe Joyce out like he did, that means that his power is on a whole different level. And when Big Bang hits you, like, you damn near can feel that shit through your TV. Real talk. When he land a blow, you could feel that shit through your TV. Man, he could crack. Like I said, he could crack. And I said, man, if Joe Joyce continue to get hit with shots like this, and he continues to stand up through these big ass punches that he's getting hit with, I said he gonna be brain damaged. Well, the good thing is that he do probably got the best chin in boxing, but even his chin couldn't hold up to the amount of power that he was getting hit with by Big Bang Zane. Like, that shit was crazy with what I'm about to say, but I gotta say it. And salute to J.A. Dixon. Salute to Kai Hype. Sean Marcus, salute. I think that Big Bang, he might crack harder than Wilder. Now, Wilder got more speed behind his shit because, you know, one of the Wilder's biggest attributes in being a heavyweight is the way that his speed come out, right? Now, Big Bang, he got speed on his shit, but not like Wilder. But I think that Big Bang might hit harder than Wilder. When it comes to just flush, straight on power, he might crack harder than Wilder. And everybody know that Wilder is my favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? Or one of them. But, man, Big Bang, like, it just looked like when he hit you, that shit be, I don't know, man. That shit hurt me to see when he land a shot on you. Like, he can crack. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all got to take into account that he's way bigger than Wilder. Way bigger than Wilder. So, I'm just saying, raw, blunt, force, he might crack harder than Wilder. I don't know nobody that crack. You know what I'm saying? The top two in heavyweight division, ain't nobody cracking harder than Wilder and Big Bang Zane. That shit's different. Joe Joyce will tell you that. But Diana, salute to the Queen Diana in the building. J.A. Dixon said that you want to see him get more good fights, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. He's 40 years old, right? So he old. In boxing, he's old. Imagine if these heavyweights had to deal with Big Bang when he was in his 20s or when he was in his early 30s. Imagine if they had to deal with him back then. I'm not familiar with the politics on, you know, what was going on with Big Bang and early on in his career. I believe that he was in the Olympics or an amateur for a long time. You know, some of these foreign countries, they got a whole lot of politics and they like to keep their athletes in the amateur ranks for a long, long time. So I believe that Big Bang didn't turn pro until he was already older. You know what I'm saying? But I just can imagine how dangerous he would have been in his 20s. That motherfucker could crack. For real. Like, he got George Foreman, Ernie Shavers type power. He dangerous. And it's crazy because I was just on the phone my cousin, and he was telling me that he would love to see Big Bang versus Jared Big Baby Anderson. And he said that he said that, man, he was like, man, he don't like Big Baby Anderson. He thinks that Big Baby is he's a fluke. He don't think that Big Baby is him. Now, I like Big Baby, but I gotta agree with him when he said that he think that Big Bang Zane would put Big Baby Jared Anderson to sleep. And when I look at that fight, of course, that's not a fight that Bob Arum would make. He would not put Zhang in the ring with Big Baby Anderson. And it would be stupid for him to put Zhang in the ring with Big Baby Anderson because you're trying to build Big Baby as a next heavyweight superstar on Top Rank, right? So you wouldn't even want to make that fight as a promoter. But if you were to make that fight, I think that Zhang would put him to sleep. Zhang will put him to sleep. Because, see, the thing is that Zhang got a fucking steel plate in his chin down there. Like, he got a chin like Joe Joyce. You know what I'm saying? Zhang, you can't hurt him. Only chance you got against Zhang is for him to tire out in the later rounds, which we've seen him do that. But other than that, you're not finna stop him. You're not going to hurt him. So I don't think that Jared Anderson can hurt him. And when he lands his punches on Jared Anderson, I don't think that Big Baby could take his punches. So, as a fan of Big Baby Jared Anderson, I'm going to keep it 100. That's a fight that I wouldn't want to see because I think that it wouldn't go well for Big Baby. Flawless Mentality, what's happening with it? Salute my brother. But yeah, man, and y'all make sure that y'all smash on the like button. Y'all hit the like button for me. Because like I said, so some of these notifications can get out. They don't really send none of my notifications out no more like that. But you know, smash on the like button to help me get some of these notifications out. Because like I said, I got some shit to cook about today. I got some things to say. Yeah. But so yeah, man, Big Bang, it didn't surprise me that he whooped Joe Joyce. It did not surprise me at all that he whooped Joe Joyce because I had him beating Joe Joyce. I did not have him knocking out Joe Joyce like that. I believe what I really thought, I thought that he was just going to do the same thing that he did in the first fight. I thought that he was going to go after Joe Joyce's eye, swell it up again, and they was going to have to stop the fight again. Honestly, I didn't see nobody stopping Joe Joyce and knocking him clean out like that. I thought that Joe Joyce would get brain damage before he was laid flat out on the floor like he was. So, man, Big Bang, like I said, hats off to him. These heavyweights are going to stay far away from him. Yeah, y'all better believe that. Cassandra Mason, the queen, is in the building. What's going on, Cassandra? Yeah. Big Bang Zhang, these heavyweights are going to stay far away from him. The heavyweight promoters, they're going to have their fighters stay far away from him. And Big Bang is going to have a very tough time getting a fight with any big name. Now, he called out Tyson Fury. And honestly, I think that Tyson Fury will beat him because Tyson Fury is elusive, he quick, and he big as hell himself. But there ain't too many heavyweights that I would pick to beat Big Bang, but Tyson Fury is one of them. And like my cousin said, he said another fighter that he would like to see Big Bang in the ring with would be Andrew Ruiz. And I'm going to tell you that Andrew Ruiz would not go nowhere near Big Bang Zhang. Andrew Ruiz, he wanted damn near, how much did he want against Wilder? I think he wanted like over $10 million or more than that to get in the ring against Wilder. Well, he going to want more than that to get in the ring with Big Bang because Big Bang don't have the name that Wilder do. Now, in Japan, he's a mega star in Japan. But in the U.S., you know, he's not that known. So, like I said, it's going to be hard for him to get fights, and he's 40 years old. So, don't nobody want to get laid out by a 40-year-old. Real talk. So, moving along, right? In other fights that we had this weekend, we had on the late card, right? The late card, we had okay. I know the women, but it's another fight on there that we had that I can't think of. You had the steroid cheat comeback, right? You had the steroid cheat comeback. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Lying talking about, you know what I'm saying? He ate eggs. He ate tainted eggs and shit. Conor Benn came back. And one thing I noticed about Conor Benn, even though he was fighting at a higher weight class, he didn't have the muscle mass that he usually has at 147. He didn't look the same muscular, right? He wasn't bulked up like he usually, you know, he got muscles coming all out of his neck and shit. He didn't look like that. He didn't look the same. And Conor Benn in the ring, though, he showed some explosiveness. He pretty much, a lot of people say that he didn't look the same in the ring, but he looked explosive to me. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting a tough-ass Mexican, so I can't really gauge his power because he's fighting a guy that was much, much bigger than him. He's fighting a tough Mexican that never had got knocked out before. But one thing that I did notice is he got tired, right? I did see Conor Benn breathing very hard. He did slow down the second half of the fight, and he got tired. I don't think that 154 is a good look for Conor Benn. I think he needs to go back down to 147. But you ask yourself, why is he going up to 154? Why didn't he just fight at 147? Why is he calling out people at 154 and 160? Well, let me tell you this. When you get off the steroids, one thing, it's harder for you to cut weight, right? A lot of those performance-enhancing steroids and things like that, it's hard for you to cut weight. So Conor Benn is fighting at a higher weight class, probably because it's harder for him to cut weight if he's not on the steroids, right? So it's easier for him to just fight at a closer weight to his walking around weight. So that's my take on it, right? That's my take on it. I believe that it's harder for him to cut the weight, so he just fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight at a weight class that's easier for me to walk around in. Now, another take that I have is that if Conor Benn campaigns at 147, we know that we don't know what the fuck Bud want to do. You know what I'm saying? We know that Errol Spence is moving up to 154. But we know it's a whole new crop of young cats at 147, like a Jerron Boots Ennis, like a Stanionis. And he might get forced to have to fight somebody like a Jerron Boots Ennis. And the fighting style that Conor Benn has, you don't want to have that type of fighting style going in there against a Boots Ennis. Because Boots Ennis is going to give him brain damage. So it's easier for him to skip 147 and just fight at 154 to where you can pick your way around all of these UK guys, these domestic UK fighters, and you don't got to fight no Jerron Ennis or you don't have to fight no Stanionis. So even like the Queen Cassandra said, you don't got to fight Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman would make that boy look bad. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman's goofy. I know I see you laughing, Cassandra. Keith Thurman is goofy, but I'm not going to disrespect Keith Thurman inside of the ring because Keith Thurman can fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know where Keith Thurman is, as far as on that level right now because, like I said about Errol Spence, once you continue to take layoff after layoff after layoff after layoff, at some point, it's going to catch up to you and you're not going to be able to become the same fighter no more. Now, I'm not saying that Errol Spence is not the same fighter. I'm not saying that he's not going to be the same fighter. I'm just saying at some point, once you continue to take these long layoffs, it's going to catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? In any sport that you do, you got to stay active. But moving along, Conor Benn, let's see what they do with Conor Benn. But if he fights somebody at 154, you know what I'm saying, on that level, like, it's a lot of fighters at 154 that'll probably whoop Conor Benn. 154 is not an easy weight. 154 is some killers at 154 pounds. So we gonna see what he do. We gonna see, what he does off of the juice. Because one thing, they shouldn't have even been letting that guy fight. Why is Conor Benn able to fight when he still hasn't got cleared to fight in the UK? So it's like, okay, well, we know that the UK didn't clear you, but anybody can come over here to the US and fight. Just as long as we're going to make some money off of you, it's okay to be on steroids and all this other shit and be able to fight in the US. The UK is like, nah, fuck that. You're not fighting over here until you clear your name. And obviously he can't clear his name because eating tainted eggs is not a good enough excuse for them over there in the UK, but it's a good enough excuse over here in the US. Just like the UK, for the longest time, they wouldn't clear Tyson Fury because eating wild boar meat wasn't a good enough excuse for the UK, but they didn't care in the US. Whole different story, whole different live stream, but if we talk about that shit, I'll be on here all day. But moving along, right? Moving along. One thing that I do want to cook on right before we get into these main topics is Richardson Hitchens, man. Richardson Hitchens, he is everything that he say he is. We know that Richardson Hitchens, two of his main partners is Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He's done more rounds sparring with Shakur and Tank than anybody has. You know what I'm saying? And he talks about, them two. And they talk about him all the time. You know what I'm saying? We always hear great things about, Africa is what they like to call him. We always hear great things about Africa. Shakur always talks about that he's on the A+ level. Tank talks good about him. Everybody that we hear speak on Africa, they always say that, yeah, he's really like that. And a lot of people were saying that he was boring. Now I'm going to keep it 100. Depending on what type of boxing fan you are, you could call him boring. If you're a boxing fan like I am that like to see, the skill set, that like to see just the sweet science, you can appreciate a Richardson Hitchens. And if you understand, you can appreciate him. But if you like to see, knockouts and you like to see action-packed fights, well, yeah, he's boring. You know what I'm saying? He's boring. It wasn't, the most exciting fight. But this is the thing, right? Zepeda. Zepeda is usually an exciting fighter. He usually give you action-packed fights. But Richardson Hitchens is so good that he was able to make Zepeda have to fight his fight, and he made him look like an amateur. Like this man, like that fight with Richardson Hitchens and Zepeda was the true meaning of swimming without getting wet. He couldn't land nothing on Richardson Hitchens. And when I saw him, he reminded me of Shakur Stevenson, somebody that knows how to gauge range and distance on an A++ level, somebody that, can get their shit off without getting hit. And he just, man, I think that he had a flawless performance. Now, he did say, look, the man cracks hard. I felt his power, and I decided that I wasn't going to take no chances. And boxing is about hitting and not being hit, and it's also about fighting your fight, right? Fighting, it's about getting the W at the end of the day. So I respect what he said. He kept it 100, like, hey, I wasn't trying to take the man power. He could crack. Regis Prograde came and told everybody the man can crack. Regis Prograde, and we ain't never heard Regis Prograde say that about nobody. And he said, hey, man, Zepeda can crack. But Richardson Hitchens shut that man out. Zepeda didn't win one round. Not one round. We seen Zepeda fight some of the top guys at 140 pounds. And if he didn't win the fight, he gave them all a hell of a fight. You can't say that about Richardson Hitchens. He shut him out. So Hitchens, man, is a beast. And I want to see Richardson Hitchens against the guy that he called out. He called out the winner between Devin Haney and Regis Prograde. And I would like to see that fight, man. I think that a fight between Devin Haney and Hitchens, I think it would be a fight that somebody like me would appreciate, but I think a lot of fans would probably fall asleep during that fight because I think that it would be a chess match. You know what I'm saying? I think that Hitchens and Devin Haney would be a chess match. I don't have a winner because certain styles make certain fights, and I think it'll be a 50-50 fight. Real talk. I can't say that Hitchens would beat Haney, and I can't say that Haney would beat Hitchens. I truly believe it would be a chess match that a lot of people wouldn't appreciate because of the style fight that it would be. I think both of them would be in the ring trying to swim and not get wet. And I think it would come down to ring IQ. And whoever can gauge the range and distance the best. Right? It'll come down to ring IQ and whoever can gauge the range and distance best. From what I saw this past weekend, though, one thing I gotta say about Hitchens is he looked like he's a little more difficult to hit than Devin Haney is. Like he looked like he a little bit more difficult to hit than Devin Haney is. But on the other end, Devin Haney looked like that his defense. I'm sorry. But on the other end, Devin Haney looks like that his offense, he got a better offensive arsenal than Richardson Hitchens, right? Because Richardson Hitchens, man, most thing that I saw him do is use his jab in a straight. I've seen Devin Haney, you know, he can hit you with a hook. He go to the body. Richard Richardson did not go to the body at all. Devin Haney, he got an uppercut he could use. So I think that Devin Haney got him as far as on the offensive side, but Richardson Hitchens is able to gauge his range and distance better, and he's harder to hit than Haney. So that's a true 50-50 fight that I would like to see. And real talk, I think that's a fight that, you know, if Hitchens got in the position, if Devin Haney were able to beat Regis Prograde and Richardson Hitchens was in that position to face Devin Haney, I think that Devin Haney would take that fight, you know? And I think that the build-up to that fight would be a great build-up because I don't believe that they, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that they too fond of each other. You know what I'm saying? Because Richardson Hitchens, he like this with Tank and Shakur. And we know that Tank and Shakur, they don't really rock with Devin. So I think that Richardson Hitchens, he'll have a lot to say. I think the build-up would be a great build-up. But like I said, man, that would be a great 50-50 type fight. Let me shout out some of the people that's in the comment section. And like I said, man, y'all do me a favor and hit the like button. My man Big Dose in the building. What's happening with it, Big Dose? Let me see who I missed. Planet 619, what's happening with it? Brimbo, and like I said, comment if you in the building. Comment. I know a lot of y'all in the background watching, and you know we know what it is. BMac7, what's happening with it? AJ, what's happening with it? Forever G's, what's happening with it? Keith Johnson, what's happening with it? What's happening with it? Big Dose, Matt Bergenson, what's happening with Big Dose? If you're in the building, let me know if you're still in the building, Big Dose. I want to chop it up with you, Big Dose. Always a great conversation with Big Dose, you know. Even though me and him don't agree with some things when it comes to Devin Haney, his favorite fighter. Okay. Big Dose. In a minute, I'm going to drop you the link. So if you got time, because I want you to cook on this. I know who you're a fan of. I know who you ride with. So I want you to cook on this topic that I'm about to bring up in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I want you to cook on this topic with me that I'm about to bring up when I get on this Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin situation, right? So, I'm going to drop the link, and I want you to get up here with me, Big Dose. How do I feel about Hitchens versus Matias? I think that's a hell of a fight, and I think that's a more exciting fight than Devin Haney versus Hitchens, but it's a different type of fight, right? Because Matias, he's shown that he gonna take it to you. Now, I would like to see if Hitchens can evade his punches and use his range of distance on somebody like that. That's a hell of a fight. That's a fight I can't pick because I haven't seen Hitchens in the ring against somebody that's gonna bring that type of pressure, against somebody that not only is gonna bring that type of pressure, but has power to back up that pressure. But on the other end, somebody like Hitchens could make a fighter like Matias look stupid. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. The 140-pound weight division, hey, ain't no games in that division. You got some killers in that division. You know what I'm saying? You got some killers, and Matias is a killer. Real talk. But like I said, how's he gonna do against somebody that's a pure boxer? We don't know. We don't know, man. We just, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But see, that's the problem with boxing, because I think that right now, Richard Hitchens, he's a type of fighter that's shown that he'll fight anybody, right? He just wants to smoke. But a lot of these fighters, man, let's keep it 100. A lot of these fighters is not like the fighters when I was growing up. They just not. Like, a lot of these fighters, they're not afraid to get in the ring and fight another opponent. They're afraid of losing. And a lot of these fighters don't believe that they can beat the field. A lot of these fighters don't believe that they can beat all of the other fighters that's in the same division as them. So they'll look at a certain fighter and they don't believe that they can beat that certain fighter. So they'll avoid that fighter. They'll make every excuse in the world not to fight that fighter, right? And it's too much of that type of shit going on in the sport of boxing today. Like, it's crazy how you can be, right, in a profession and you could be a champion, but you don't believe that you're the best. I just didn't see that out of the top fighters when I was coming up in the 80s and 90s and things like that. I didn't see that. Like, I saw that if a fighter was a champion, that they had actually believed that they were the best and they was willing to fight the other champions, or they're willing to fight the best. But that's what it comes down to nowadays. These fighters don't believe that they're the best. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And it's a lot of bullshit that goes on with the social media and all of that, It's just a lot of bullshit in the sport of boxing. And the fans, they allow their fighters to move around and avoid certain fighters. And because the fans, deep down inside, they might have a fighter that they are the biggest fans of, and they don't want their fighter to fight that next opponent because they deep down inside don't believe that their fighter is the best. But if you follow boxing and you a real boxing fan, you see what I'm talking about. You see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, a lot of people, they want to blame Floyd Mayweather because these fighters, like my man B-Max7 said, they're afraid to lose their O. And you can blame Floyd for some of that shit, You know what I'm saying? Because Floyd made it to where people think that if you got a loss on your record, you a bum. But see, people don't understand that was Floyd's way of marketing himself, right? He didn't tell everybody else to go about that route, right? Floyd, that was his way of bragging, right? Shit, ain't nobody ever beat me. I faced over 20-something world champions, and I got an O on my record, and I beat them all. That was his way of bragging. He didn't tell these niggas to duck everybody or to duck around certain fighters so you could keep an O. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. Floyd can, if you are Floyd Mayweather, you can brag because Floyd, like Pretty Boy and Floyd Mayweather, like he fought everybody. I don't give a damn when you say he fought them, but he fought everybody, right? And he fought all stiff competition. You know what I'm saying? You probably can count on your hands, one hand, the number of just bums that Floyd fought from the time that he turned pro. You know what I'm saying? Not hardly none at all. So you can, like I said, a lot of people want to blame that on Floyd, but you can't blame all of that shit on Floyd. Look, that was just his way of bragging. You don't earn, if you ain't earned that, right? If you haven't earned that bragging right, your O don't mean a fucking thing to me. It really don't. Because when I look down that box rec and you got an O, but I'm looking at a bunch of Rudy Poos that you didn't fought, nah. But see, like I said, man, boxing nowadays, fans don't care about that because boxing fans are more casual. And this YouTube shit right here that we on, right? This YouTube shit that we on right here, you got a few channels that are keeping a buck, right? Most channels, they lock on to a group of fighters that they like, and then they're going to run that narrative. Then you got everybody that listen to those channels, they're going to run with the narrative that the producer is putting out. And that's it. Whether it's on YouTube, on Instagram, well, not Instagram, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter. And that's what boxing fans go off of nowadays. Real talk. You know, it's just a whole bunch of fake shit going on. But anyway, let's get into the main topic. Y'all hit my like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button if you in the building. Help me get some of these notifications out because I don't really do live streams like that no more. I'm going to start back doing live streams. I'm going to be on you niggas' helmets, though. Real talk. I'm going to start back doing live streams. So y'all can look forward to me. I'm going to start back doing live streams real soon on a regular basis. But smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? Comment. Let me know you're in the building. And let's get into this work. I'm going to drop this link for my man Big Dose. I'm gonna drop this link for my man Big Dose. And like I said, man, I respect Big Dose because a lot of shit that we don't agree on when it comes to Devin Haney. But Big Dose, he gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? He gonna keep it real at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be biased when it comes to Devin Haney, but at the end of the day, he gonna keep it real, you know, and I respect that, you know. Everybody got a fighter that they gonna be a little biased towards. You know, when it comes to Wilder, I'm probably a little biased towards Wilder because I respect him as a man, you know, more than any of these other fighters, most of these other fighters. Gary Russell, I respect him as a man. See, I look at the type of person you are outside the ring. Errol Spence, Gary Russell, Deontay Wilder. It don't get no realer than them, to me. As far as, you know, outside of the ring. But anyway, Big Dose, I just dropped that link for you. Step in the building, Big Dose. And we're going to talk about, you know, this Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin thing, man. Let's really get into this and let's cook on this. And like I said, smash the like button while y'all let it if y'all in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let's smash the like button, man. Big Dose, we waiting on you, Big Dose. So Waiting on Big Dose, man, to come in the building so we could cook it about this, man. And you know what else I see a lot of, right? Right? I see a lot of people that, I'm going to keep it 100. A lot of people ride with Frank Martin real heavy. And I always rode with Frank Martin because I felt that Frank Martin was a real cat, right? What's happening with it, Big Dose?
What's up with it, fam? What's going on?
What's happening with it? I'm gonna put you on mute real quick, and then I'm gonna cook. Okay, he on mute. So I always like Frank Martin was one of my favorite fighters, right? I thought that Frank Martin was a solid cat. Although I didn't think that Frank Martin was on the level of a Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson, but that don't mean that I wasn't a fan of Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be the best fighter for me to be the fan of you. I thought that Frank Martin was a solid fighter. I thought that he would give, any of those fighters a good fight, right? But so I was always a fan of Frank Martin until this interview that he just did. And I'm going to explain to y'all why I'll no longer ever rock with Frank Martin again. Because it's just some shit that you do as a man that I can't respect. Now, I'm going to tell y'all why, right? Frank Martin, man. He should have just kept his mouth shut. Like, real talk. Because one thing that Frank Martin did, thank Father, I'll never rock with him ever again. Because it's certain shit that I can't respect another man doing, right? Now, Frank Martin, right? He went up there. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to say this before I get into it, right? A lot of people rocking with Frank because they rock with Errol Spence, right? So a lot of people assume that I'm just going to rock with anything that Frank Martin or anything that has to do with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a whole different person than Frank Martin. Frank Martin is not built like EJ. He's just not. And he showed that he wasn't. And I'm going to tell y'all why. He's not built like Errol Spence. So all of this, if you like Shakur Stevenson, you got to rock with Terence Crawford 100%. Or if you like Errol Spence, you got to rock with Frank Martin 1,000%. These are different people. They different characters. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to stop that shit. All these men are individual men on their own. Now I see people grouping up like these men are like groups and shit like that. Like they joined like Siamese twins. You rock with who you want to rock with. But anyway, I'm gonna say this, man. Frank Martin, man, he got on that interview with Nick J and Baxiana, and he told nothing but lies. First of all, the topic was, why did you pull out of the Shakur Stevenson fight, right? He admitted that he agreed to everything. The man admitted, like, my team agreed to everything, I agreed to everything. So the topic was, why did you not fight Shakur Stevenson? This man did most of the whole interview using Devin Haney. Bruh, what Devin Haney and Shakur had going on had nothing to do with you. Well, but Shakur, when he was supposed to fight Devin Haney and Devin Haney, and I'm like, bruh, you supposed to be a solid ass dude, and you up here talking about two other men business that don't have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace to my favorite basketball player ever, Kobe Bryant, right? But, Shaq cheated too. That's what he sounded like when Kobe snitched on Shaq, and Shaq cheated too. Kobe, you got caught cheating on your wife. I mean, why'd you do it? Well, Shaq was cheating too. That's what Frank Martin sounded like. Bro, we talking about you and Shakur Stevenson, not Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, right? So that was one of the biggest things that I had problem that I have with Frank Martin, because a solid dude don't do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking about business between me and you, whatever you had with another man don't have nothing to do with me and you. Now, he talked about Devin Haney business the whole time with Shakur Stevenson, but you lied about the situation, right? He flat out told a bald-faced lie about the whole situation. He lied about it. First of all, that man stood up there and said that Shakur Stevenson said, this is what I got the audio, so don't nobody try to, because I'll play the audio. That man stood up there and said that Shakur Stevenson said that he made $8 million, that he was going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney. This is what he said. Boxiana and Nick J, like I said, great interview. But they sit up there and let that man lie and agree with him. He asked them. That's what he said, right? Yep. They knew that was a lie. But that's a whole different story, right? But he said up there, said out of his mouth that Shakur Stevenson said that he was going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney. So here's which Shakur never said that. And then he was complaining about Shakur, the way that Shakur was calling him all type of B's and hoes and all of that, right? So that let me know that he saw the interview when Shakur clearly said, man, $8 million, that's capped. I wouldn't go make nowhere near no $8 million versus Devin Haney. You think that Bob Arum was going to pay me $8 million and Devin Haney $24 million? That's exactly what Shakur said. If I were to make $8 million, he said I would have took that shit in a heartbeat. But this man got on that interview and lied and tried to flip it around and told a bold-faced lie on Shakur Stevenson and said that Shakur said that he was going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney. So if Shakur said he was going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney, and he hit me up and he told me that he was only going to make $3 million and I was going to make $1 million, well, the reason I didn't take the fight is because I think that Shakur was capping and I wanted more money. And I thought he was capping because if he said that he's made more than $8 million in his past 3 fights, well, he was going to make more than that than with me. So he was going to make more than $3 million. So I wanted more than $1 million. That's what the man said. He got up there and flipped everything around, lied through his motherfucking teeth. You got people all in the comments talking about facts, Frank Martin. Yep. And I'm like, man, that showed what type of character a lot of y'all dudes is, right? Instead of Frank Martin just saying, look, man, every job ain't the same. I feel that if I was going to fight Shakur Stevenson, right, and take that risk, I feel that I deserve more money because it's a big risk for me to fight Shakur Stevenson at this point in my career. That's all he had to say. And I would have been like, you know what? I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. I feel that Shakur's too big of a risk for me to fight him for only $1 million. But the thing is, the man got to talking about, I wouldn't even go make $1 million after taxes and after training fees. Nigga, you got taxes and training fees in every fight that you've had in your whole career. So you mean to tell me that your biggest payday was $250,000? You had to pay taxes and training fees on that $250,000. Did you? Did you not? So now he's worried about paying taxes and training fees, but he wasn't worried about paying taxes and training fees his other fights, right? So they were going to pay him 4 times more than what he's ever made in his career. And this man's excuse was, well, what Shakur did, Shakur with Devin Haney and lied about that, right? and Devin Haney and Devin Haney this and Shakur and Devin Haney. Man, we're talking about you. Stop talking about another man's business. He couldn't even come up with a good excuse. His excuse was Shakur and Devin Haney, and I was going to have to pay training fees and tax fee, and I wasn't going to get $1 million after that. But you still was going to get 4 times more than you ever made in your career. So just keep it a buck and say, nah, he's too big of a risk. I can go and fight somebody easier, make my $250,000, and then down the line, me and him can see each other for a lot more money. I would have respected if he had kept it real, but the man lied through his teeth. Let me read some of these comments. Make sure if I gotta drop another link before I give it to Big Dose. Let me read some of these comments. Hold on. My man NHA2 says here to support despite the occasional Bud slander, laugh out loud. Nah, I don't slander Bud. I just, I can't dig what he be doing sometimes, man. Bud he a hell of a fighter, but that doesn't exclude you from some of the bullshit that you do. Let me see. Planet 619 says, to any objective observer, Frank was full of shit, and for me, Frank Martin fights are appointment viewing. He said, but yeah, the interview was terrible. Look, yeah, I mean, but a lot of people rocking with that shit. Like, they know he was lying. They rolled with the lies that he told and ran with that shit. That shit's crazy with me. To me. Like, if I was interviewing him or anybody, and I know that they tell him the flat out lie, I'm going to correct them. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just crazy. Alden Johnson says exactly the point I was making the whole time. Bob Arum didn't even put that money up when Crawford was under Top Rank. You really think he gonna put up for Shakur versus Haney? It was capped from the start. Yeah, like you running with that Shakur was gonna make $8 million and Devin Haney was gonna make $24 million guaranteed. Like, come on, like Frank Martin, right? And you can't say, well, maybe he didn't know. Man, come on now. Frank Martin, he saw the interview where Shakur clearly said that was false. Then he flipped Shakur Stevenson's words around. And then Frank Martin know that the business of boxing don't work like that. Come on now. If Bob Arum was willing to pay that much, everybody would be trying to go to Top Rank. Niggas would be breaking their neck to leave PBC to go to Top Rank if Bob Arum was paying that type of money. It's just ridiculous, right? But go ahead, Big Dose.
Hey, salute, bro. Hey, when you say you look at how these boxers act outside the ring, so do I. And Shakur is not an honorable dude, in my opinion. That's why I don't rock with him. The moves he make, the underhanded stuff he do, I don't rock with him outside the ring. Now, inside the ring, I appreciate his skills and everything. Now, I just went back and watched that Queens of the Ring while you was talking. Frank never said, Shakur said he was gonna make $8 million.
Okay, well, we're gonna play it back because I got the audio. I'm glad you said that.
Said Shakur was gonna make $8 million.
Hold on. I got the audio.
All right.
Let's play the audio. Let's hear what he said. Hold on. We're going to play the audio and we're going to listen to what he had to say. Hold on. I got you right here. Since you said he didn't say that, well, we're going to listen to it.
You know to be true about why this fight fell through.
So, but on my end, verbally, I agreed, got a call, asked him what I thought about the fight, it's for the WBC and all that. Mm-hmm. I agreed to it, I'm like, it's a green light, you know what I mean? So after that, me agreeing to it, I ain't never know what the money was, I ain't know none of that, So what happened was, once everything came about, I figured out what that money was and I wasn't cool with it, you know what I mean? I wanted more. So that's why the fight didn't fall through, because it was everything. I agree to everything. You know what I mean? As far as the stipulations, everything. You know, from it being on ESPN to, you know, the where it was gonna be at. Like they were saying, it could have been in Vegas or it could have been where dude from. I agree to everything. You know, the only thing I didn't agree with was that money.
Okay, so when they first came out with the news that there
Hold on. I got a shorter version. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is.
Verbally, I agreed. You know, got a call, asked me what I thought about the fight. You know, it's for the WWE.
Now hear everything.
I agreed to it. You know, I'm like, it's a green light. You know what I mean? Once everything came about, I figured out what that money was, and I wasn't cool with it. You know what I mean? I wanted more. So that's why the fight didn't fall through, because it was everything. I agreed to everything. You know, from it being on ESPN to, you know, the where it was gonna be at. Like they were saying, it could have been in Vegas or it could have been where dude from. I agree to everything. You know, the only thing I didn't agree with was that money. And that's another thing that's been killing me. People like, just take the money. They like, just take the money. This your first time getting paid $1 million and this and that. That $1 million ain't no $1 million. Once you take out taxes, once you taking out them trainer fees and them fees you gotta pay. But people, the fans want to see the fight. You know what I mean? They want to see the fight, but they ain't understanding that a fight this big, a motherfucker gotta get paid. Can't one side just eat. Like they could have just gave me what I asked for. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even nothing crazy. And then the fight could have happened. It was that simple. The fight could have happened. It's all about the money. If he was getting paid what he was getting, if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, you know, Devin Haney offered him, from my understanding, they offered him like $8 million, right, to fight for undisputed. And then you got me. Then you got our fight. We fighting for a vacant title. You know, it's WBC. It's big. You know what I mean? But a vacant title. You know what I mean? All I asked for was an extra little you know, and they couldn't give me that. You know, but if he what he told me he was getting paid, if he was getting paid that, he capping about a whole lot. He capping about the money with Devin, what he said he was getting paid, and all that. You know what I mean? That's cap. If he was only getting $3 million, you know, and I was getting an M, that's what he said he was getting. You know what I mean? That's cap. You feel me? Because if Devin Haney offered you $8 million, you talking with? Didn't he say he got paid? He didn't got paid way more than that.
What did he just say? He said if he said what he was getting paid against Devin Haney, and then right now he said if Devin Haney offered him $8 million, did he say he got paid way more than that? So what are we talking about, Big Dose? Let me go ahead and play the rest of it. Don't tell me what he didn't say, because I heard it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep the receipts for your ass.
Well,
hold on.
Okay.
No, we're gonna continue to play it. We're gonna continue to play the rest, and then I'm gonna let you cook.
We ain't gonna cap. I'm tired of niggas capping. This situation, this is for a vacant title. This is a vacant title. And then you got a situation. I was offered a situation for a vacant title for $1 million. He was offered a situation for undisputed and $8 million. So come on now. That's two. Man, I would have jumped on that undisputed. I would have jumped on it. It wouldn't have been nothing. We banging out. It's up. You know, I would have jumped on that opportunity. That's the type of opportunity that I was talking about.
And the thing is, Big Doe, see, my problem is, right, just because you rock with Frank Martin, right, you don't have no problem with him continue to lie over and over again, bringing up another man's business, for one, that had nothing to do with him, but he continued to lie over and over again, saying that, oh man, if he would get $8 million, Devin Haney offered him, when everybody in the world know that Devin Haney offered him 25%. 25% split on whatever we gonna make. Nobody know what that 25% was. One thing we do know, Big Dose, you know, and now one of them was gonna make no $8 million. Keep it a buck. You know that.
One thing I do know is where we get the $8 million figure from.
Where do we get the $8 million figure? A guy called, let's keep it 100. A guy called in. he said that he was part of Shakur Stevenson's team. Like he said that, you know, like he rocked with Shakur, like he fucked with Shakur, and Shakur people, right? And what that man said, because he's all of a sudden, if you're a fan of Devin Haney or you know, whoever, if you hate Shakur Stevenson, right? Now you don't know how to basically take in logic, right? What he said is he said, okay, well, say Shakur Stevenson was going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney. That's a hypothetical. Y'all don't know what a hypothetical is? All of a sudden, we don't know what a hypothetical is. He put out a number, right? It was a hypothetical number. And y'all ran with it and said, oh, man, his own team said he was going to make $8 million. His own team said that Devin Haney offered him $8. How the fuck is Devin Haney going to offer that man $8? Where Devin Haney got $8 million to offer? How is Devin Haney offering any dollar amount when Bob Arum is the motherfucking promoter? And Bob Arum is the one that got to put the money up. Come on, big dogs. I just said some good things. I said some great things about you. I said one thing about Big Dose, he gonna keep it a buck. Don't make me look stupid on here, bro. You know what a hypothetical is. That man said, say
it was a hypothetical. I never said it wasn't. I said where we get the figure from.
Okay, but it's a hypothetical. That's not a figure.
Came from Shakur's side, though. It's
a hypothetical.
All with Shakur's career.
Bro, it's a hypothetical.
I know it was a hypothetical.
We are supposed, but the thing is we as grown people, we are supposed to know how to comprehend that. Okay, yeah, he just threw a ball. He just threw a number out there. He just threw a number out there.
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is the figure came from his teammate, somebody that's involved with his career. That's what I'm saying. So when Frank talk about it, he talking about it because it's similar to his situation. It's not exactly the same because Frank agreed to everything, stopped the purse bid and all that. That's where it differ at. But where it's the same, they both wanted more money for the fight. So you can't say, hey, Shakur wanted more, he deserved more, he was worth more, but then say, hey, Frank, $1 million, that's more than you ever made. Well, he's fighting a different type of fight too. He's fighting a fight that is a big fight, him and Shakur. So how are we gonna say he don't deserve to get more than $1 million?
Well, so you telling me, right, that he deserves to get? He never been a champion, right? Hold on. Let's talk then, Big Dose, right? Big Dose. He's never been. Hold on. In his whole career, in no weight division, Frank Martin has never won a belt. He's never been a champion. On top of that, he was getting paid 4 times what he's ever made in his whole entire career. 4 times that. Shakur Stevenson on the other end, he was unified champion at 130 and he was a champion at 126, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sell way more than Frank Martin.
I don't know about that.
Wow, you don't know about that. Are you? Come on, Big Dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know good so motherfucking well that he sell way more than Frank Martin.
I ain't got their numbers in front of me.
Come on, bro.
Hey, just because that's what I think.
See, this is what people do when they like a fighter. You know so fucking well that Shakur Stevenson sells more than Frank Martin. Come on, dog.
Bro, so do you got the numbers in front of you to prove that, bro? Or that's just
I know that Shakur Stevenson has sold out over 10,000 seats.
Okay.
On several occasions. Frank Martin ain't did it.
I also know this. Shakur Stevenson has done nothing at 135. He has not beat better fighters than Frank Martin has beat at 135. None of that.
Because he just moved up to 135.
Right. So
that's just like
hold on. I have beaten good fighters here.
But that's just like saying, oh man, well, if Terence Crawford move up to 154, he don't deserve none because we know he ain't beat nobody at 154. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is, because Terence Crawford is undisputed champion in 2 weight divisions. That's way more than just winning 2 belts in 2 different weight classes, man. And then you gotta factor in who he beat for them belts. Okay, he beat Oscar Valdez, who just got whooped, and he beat Jamel Herring. Whoever
Hold on, Boxiana. I gave y'all props for the interview. But y'all also sit up there and let that man lie, and then shook your head and agreed to him lying. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you want a link, I'll drop the link for you too. Like I said, great doing the interview, because everybody wanted to hear from Frank Martin. So yeah, y'all gonna get props for the interview. But you did sit up there and let him lie, and he asked y'all, yeah, he getting $8 million from Devin Haney. Devin Haney offered him $8 million. He said that Devin Haney, and y'all, yep. When y'all knew he was lying, come on, man. Like, come on, let's stop the bullshit.
I think Frank Martin put a figure that was put out there by Shakur's team. That's all.
Frank Martin said, out of his own mouth, Frank Martin said, no, Frank Martin was lying, right? And you know he was lying, but you're going to sit up here in cap form because you fuck with Frank Martin.
No, I think that Frank Martin told the truth about fighting for undisputed. Shakur should have hopped on that. Shakur think he can go around Devin Haney and go to the sanctioning bodies, and what did that get him? Nothing. It ain't getting him.
Said, stay mad. What am I mad about? Y'all the one that did the interview with the man. You know what I'm saying? What I gotta be mad about?
It ain't get him.
I gotta be mad about y'all sitting up there letting him lie. I mean, like I said, that ain't on me. That's on y'all. I don't got nothing to be mad about.
It ain't get him no fight with Devin Haney. So all this power and all this leverage he think he got, it ain't got him nothing. Now you
keep talking about Devin Haney. Let's talk about you talking about Devin Haney, but let's talk about what was said in the interview.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about the 2 similarities, the opportunities. They both have.
You know I can't read.
They both had opportunities. He had an opportunity to fight one of the best fighters in Shakur in the weight division, and Shakur had an opportunity to gain undisputed.
But see, this is what you're doing. Now, I didn't read all the comment Boxiana, my bad. I just, how this shit be skipping in the chat. I just seen half of it. So, whatever. But like I said, I appreciate y'all doing the interview. I thought it was a great interview. You got everything out of Frank Martin that he wanted to know, right? That everybody wanted to know. Like, I'm not shitting on the interview. I just know that y'all knew that Shakur never said that he got offered $8 million. And y'all know that Bob Arum wouldn't pay nobody no $8 million or in $24 million. I know that y'all know that because y'all know boxing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say nothing if it was just some women or whoever got a show that didn't really know shit about boxing and let that shit slide. But y'all knew that shit was some bullshit. But y'all rock with Frank, so y'all wasn't gonna correct him. Y'all rock with him. I know that.
I don't think it was all bullshit. Like the fact that Shakur was up there calling him names, but when it come to Loma, Pitbull, he ain't got none of that venom for them.
But that don't have shit to do.
That's the same thing that I said, because that's the type of I got.
But see, Big Dose, that don't have shit. Like, okay, he up here crying about, well, man, he called me names and he didn't call Loma names and all of that. But okay, you can feel how you feel about that, right? But that's not the main point. The main point that he was using was, well, Shakur was gonna make $8 million versus with Devin Haney, and Devin Haney offered him $8 million, and he didn't take $8 million versus Devin Haney. So I feel that I should get paid more if Shakur. You come on, man. But you rocking with that. That does, like, first of all, if me and you got a problem, right? If me and you got a problem, and you talking about the problem that me and you got, and then you start talking about the problem that me and motherfucking Money Brown or Blue, I'm just me and Money Brown ain't got no problem, but I'm just putting out a name before people run with that shit. It's a hypothetical, you know what I'm saying? And then you start talking about a problem that I have with another man, right? And the whole time you want to talk about the problem that I have with another man, but that don't have nothing to do with me and you. Like, bro, I thought that Frank Martin was more solid than that.
Let's put it like this. Keon, say me and you work in the same job, right? And I keep paper towels on my desk, right? Okay, this one dude, he get a paper towel every day. But then you get a paper towel off my desk, and I start clocking on you. Yeah, ain't you gonna be like, well, how come you don't clock on dude? Ain't that what you gonna say?
That is not
why
what
you
I'm
clocking on me, but you don't clock on dude. Say
bro,
I'm the boss. Say I'm the boss. Why you clocking on me, but you don't never clock on dude?
Bro, you
gonna say
cannot
that's automatic because the situations is similar. You turned down the opportunity of your life of being undisputed and also being the man that everybody calling out now. Like everybody calling Devin Haney name out now. Like everybody can't keep Devin Haney name out their mouth.
Why do you keep talking about Devin Haney when we talking about Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin?
I'm telling you why he.
Wait, hold on.
Telling you why he brought Devin's
name up. Is his name
why?
Frank Haney?
Why
is his name Frank Haney or is it Frank Martin? What's the man's name? Is it Frank Haney or Frank Martin?
Brought it up because the situations is similar. If
no, it's not similar.
You gotta call Shakur.
It is not similar. The situations are not similar.
Yes,
because first of all, his business don't got nothing to do with my business.
It's
right?
Similar.
It's not similar. It's not a similar situation.
Down the opportunity of a lifetime.
Okay, let's that. Did Shakur turn down an opportunity of a lifetime?
Yeah, to get undisputed. Would you agree with that? In one walk.
Shakur actually.
If you don't agree with that, you ain't keeping it 100.
Hold on.
I always know you to be that.
Hold on. First of all, Shakur didn't turn down a fight with Devin Haney. What Shakur did is he turned down 25%, and then he petitioned the WBC to force Devin Haney to fight him or to relinquish the title. True or false?
Did that get him to fight?
I'm asking you, true or false? Is that what happened?
True. That's true. No, I'm gonna say it's half true.
That's
half
what happened.
False. It's half true, half false, because he did turn it down because the fight did not happen.
Hold on. It's not half true. It is not half true, dog. It's 150% true. Shakur Stevenson
WBC, but it's also true that he turned the fight down.
Hold on. Shakur Stevenson told Devin Haney, bruh, you can offer me more. You can at least offer me 30%. I'm not fighting you for no 25%, right? Devin Haney said, take it or leave it, right? Then what Shakur did, he went to the WBC. He put in for his mandatory. He became Devin Haney's mandatory. And the WBC told Devin Haney, you either go into negotiations with Shakur Stevenson or you got to drop the title. That's what happened. So he didn't turn down the fight with Devin Haney. He turned down the 25% because he had another motherfucking ace in his back pocket. Now, did he say no to the 25% that he, that if Devin Haney, if that 25% was real, Devin Haney would have fought him, right? We don't know. We can assume, my opinion is Devin Haney wasn't going to fight at 135, period, right? He wasn't going to fight him anyway, but that's just my opinion. Now, did he say no? Yeah, he said no. You know what I'm saying? I think he did. I think that he should have called Devin Haney bluff and would have been like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take the 25%. But he didn't do that. But don't say that he turned down the fight with Devin Haney because he didn't. He did not. He went another route and he forced Devin Haney to drop the title or fight him. And Devin Haney decided to do what? Drop the title and move up. Well, he tried to keep the title and move up at the same time, but they told him no. So let's go back to what this is about, because we didn't talk about the Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson situation a million times. Me and you have had this conversation a million times. See, what Frank Martin was doing is he was deflecting, right? And he was trying to use Devin Haney. And what Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson had going on so people wouldn't realize the fact that he just plain out ducked Shakur Stevenson, right? That, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to use Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, no, bro, we're talking about you. What happened in the negotiations with you and Shakur Stevenson? Why did you not fight Shakur Stevenson? And his whole thing is, well, if Shakur was going to get paid $8 million versus Devin Haney, and he said that he's made more than that in his past 3 fights, was a lie. So his whole theory was built on the lie from the jump. I think that I deserve more than $1 million to fight Shakur Stevenson. I wanted more money.
It was not built on a lie. He wanted more money.
How was it not built on the lie when he kept saying?
I'm talking about Devin. I'm talking about just Frank. He wanted more money. That's what he said. I ain't even want 50-50. I just wanted a little something. And from the reports, we all know that that's an extra $500,000.
No, we don't know what it was because he didn't say what it was.
Well, that's
so
what
hold on. Don't do that because we're not finna run with these motherfucking narratives that the rest of these channels do. We don't talk about facts over here. You don't know what the extra money was because he just did an interview and he didn't say what it was. He said, I wanted an extra oomph. So don't try to run with this.
Heard. Extra 500,000.
Did you hear it from Frank Martin?
No, I didn't hear it from Frank.
Okay, did Frank Martin just do an interview?
Yes, he did.
And he did not say what the extra money was.
Right. And he also
so we're not going to use that over here.
He said extra little He didn't say I just want an extra million.
He didn't That's my point, Big Dose. He didn't say what the extra was. So we're not finna run with these narratives. Oh man, he only wanted an extra 500,000 because we don't know what the extra money was. That's bullshit, bro. And that's the shit that I'm talking about. That a lot of these channels be doing when they get a fighter that they like, they'll run with a narrative. And you know what I'm saying? They just run with bullshit and they be tricking the audience that watch them.
We do know that they wasn't willing to give him nothing extra though. We do know that, right?
Well, okay, right. And
right.
And who? Well, okay. Who is the promoter?
Errol Spence and TGP.
No. Who was the promoter that was putting up the bag?
Oh, Top Rank.
Who was the promoter? Huh?
Bob Arum.
Okay, so Bob Arum wasn't willing to give him an extra oomph, whatever that extra oomph was, right?
Right.
But y'all wanted to run with Bob Arum was going to pay Shakur Stevenson $8 million and Devin Haney $24 million.
Now who backed
Hold
that?
on. Let me run that back. Let me run that back.
Hypocrisy. Who backed that?
Let me run that back. Right. So we talking about that Bob Arum didn't want to give motherfucking Frank Martin an extra oomph, but y'all the same ones running with that Bob Arum was gonna pay motherfucking Devin Haney $24 million and Shakur Stevenson $8 million guaranteed.
We back to Devin.
That's what we're doing right now, huh?
Come on, you know me for the record. I've been said, bro, it was a hypothetical. You know, from day one, I said it was a hypothetical.
Come on, man. You know I fuck with you,
come from his team.
You know I fuck with you, Big Dope, but come on, man. Y'all running around here rampant with that shit. And Frank Martin, this why I'm saying that Frank Martin's whole theory was a lie. Because why was it a lie? Because Frank Martin, I just played the audio for you. Frank Martin said that, well, he said he was gonna make $8 million. He said that Shakur Stevenson never said that. Shakur Stevenson said that he wasn't gonna make nowhere near $8 million. Shakur said if I was gonna make $8 million, I would have jumped on that. He said, you think Bob Arum was gonna pay me $8 million and Devin Haney $24 million? That's what he said. And Frank Martin know that he said that because hold on. Because the same interview that Frank Martin was talking about in that interview that he did with Nick J and Boxiana, right? That same interview that Frank Martin was talking about that Shakur Stevenson did, he complained about the names that Shakur Stevenson was calling him in that interview that he did. So we know he saw the interview. So we know that he heard exactly what Shakur said. You know what I'm saying? We know that. So we can't say, okay, well, he going by what other people saying. No, because he saw the interview and he spoke on the interview. So that's why I said that Frank Martin was telling the flat out lie. It's not, oh, well, it was a lie. His whole theory was built. If he had just said, look, I just think that Shakur is a tough fight. He's a high risk, and I believe that I should make more. Or if he had been like, look, I believe that a fight between me and Shakur Stevenson is going to do big numbers. I believe that Shakur is going to make more than the $3 million that he said he was going to make, and I think that the fight is going to do a lot, that the whole fight, the revenue that the fight is going to bring in is going to, you know what I'm saying, pull in a lot more money. And I believe that I deserve a bigger, piece of that money that it's going to pull in. He didn't say that. His whole theory was based on the lie is I believe that Shakur Stevenson, if he's going to make $8 million versus Devin Haney, and he said that he's made more than $8 million his last 3 fights. Well, he was going to make more than $3 million with me. And if he's going to make $3 million, if he's going to make more than $3 million, I need more than $1 million. Jeez. That's what he said, bro.
Let me ask you a question, big bro. Did Frank Martin say, if they would have just gave me the little extra money I was asking for, the fight would have happened? Did he say that?
What does it have to do with what I just said?
Everything, because you said his whole argument was based on the $8 million.
It was based on a lie. It was.
Well, that's not true. That came out of his mouth. If they would have just gave me the extra little money I was asking for, the fight would have happened. So his whole argument was not built on no $8 million. It was also built on what he asked. What he felt he deserved.
Okay, but he said that he not say he felt he deserved more than $1 million because Shakur talked to him and said that he was only going to get paid $3 million and I was going to get paid $1 million. So if Shakur Stevenson said that he got paid more than $8 million his last 3 fights, I believe that Shakur was capping about only making $3 million with me, so I deserve more. That's what he said. His whole theory was based around Shakur making $8 million, which was a lie.
When he talked about Devin Haney,
do we need to play it back again?
When he talked about Devin Haney and the $8 million, I think he was more referring to people saying that he ducked Shakur Stevenson, and he's saying, look, how I duck Shakur, if I duck Shakur, then he ducked Devin then. Because he stood, this is his understanding, he stood to make this amount of money with Devin, and I stand to make this amount of money with him. They both big fights. If he can go ask for more from Devin, why can't I ask for more from him? This is a big fight. We all know it's a big fight. You know what it's bigger than the fight that he about to have.
Okay, so once again, right? Frank Martin just did an interview, right? So we can't say what we think he was trying to say or what no, we're not finna do that. We're gonna talk about exactly what he said. And what I'm saying is what he said out of his own mouth. I got the audio if we need to play it again.
Yeah, play it back.
Let's play the audio again. We're gonna play the audio once again. Hold on. And like I said, go check out the interview. Nietzsche and Baxiana, great interview.
Congratulations to the Queens too, man. That was a big interview.
Yeah, that was a big interview. Everybody wanted to hear from Frank Martin, and they was able to get that interview, right? So let's go ahead and play the interview once again. Hold on.
If he was getting paid.
Hold on. Let me see. Where my other phone at? Oh, shit. Hold on. Here we go right here. Hold on. I got y'all right here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
But on my end, verbally, I agreed, got a call, asked him what I thought about the fight, it's for the WBC and all that. I agreed to it, I'm like, it's a green light, you know what I mean? Once everything came about, I figured out what that money was and I wasn't cool with it, you know what I mean? I wanted more. So that's why the fight didn't fall through, because it was everything. I agreed to everything, from it being on ESPN to,
Hey, can you pause it right there?
Like they were saying, it could have been in Vegas or it could have been.
What's up? What up?
What you just said. Nothing was mentioned about Devin right there. He said,
hold on, man. Let me play the What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. He said, once I figured out what the money was, I felt like I
okay, but let me play the rest of the interview. We're not finna do it. Like, come on, you gonna tell me to play it, and then you want to stop it when you want to stop it. No, we're gonna play the rest. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Because it was everything. I agreed to everything. From it being on ESPN to, the where it was gonna be at. Like they were saying, it could have been in Vegas or it could have been where dude from. I agree to everything. The only thing I didn't agree with was that money. And that's another thing that's been killing me. People like, just take the money. They like, just take the money. This your first time getting paid $1 million and this and that. That $1 million ain't no $1 million. Once you take out taxes, once you taking out them trainer fees and them fees you gotta pay. But the fans want to see the fight. You know what I mean? They want to see the fight, but they ain't understanding that a fight this big, a motherfucker got to get paid. Can't one side just eat. They could have just gave me what I asked for. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even nothing crazy. And then the fight could have happened. It was that simple. The fight could have happened. It's all about the money. If he was getting paid what he was getting, if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, Devin Haney offered him, from my understanding, they offered him like $8 million. Right? So fight for undisputed. And then you got me. Then you got our fight. We fighting for a vacant title. It's WBC. It's big. You know what I mean? But a vacant title. You know what I mean? All I asked for was an extra little and they couldn't give me that. But if he what he told me he was getting paid, if he was getting paid that, he capping about a whole lot. He capping about the money with Devin. What he said he was getting paid and all that.
So he said he capping. That man never told you that he was getting paid $8 million with Devin. Hold on.
You know what I mean? That's cap. If he was only getting $3 million, and I was getting M, that's what he said he was getting. You know what I mean? That's cap. You feel me? Because if Devin Haney offered you $8 million, you talking with? Didn't he say he got paid? He didn't got paid way more than that. Come on, we ain't gonna. Come on,
Nick J. Then see, this is my thing, right? He said if Devin Haney said that he didn't got paid way more than $8 million, and Nick J said, yeah, that's what he said. Shakur ain't never said he got paid way more than $8 million. But we just gonna roll with it because we ride with Frank. Come on, hold on. We gonna roll with a lie.
Not once did he say Shakur said.
Hold on. Let me run it. Hold on.
If Devin Haney offered you $8 million, you talking with? Didn't he say he got paid? He didn't got paid way more than that. Come on, we ain't gonna cap. I'm tired of niggas capping. This situation, this is for a vacant title. This is a vacant title, and then you got a situation. I was offered a situation for a vacant title for $1 million. He was offered a situation for undisputed and $8 million. So come on now. That's two. Man, I would have jumped on that undisputed. I would have jumped on it. It wouldn't have been nothing. We banging out. It's up. I would have jumped on that opportunity. That's the type of opportunity that I was talking about. So,
like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, Big Dose. His whole reasoning behind it was, well, if he was gonna get paid $8 million with Devin Haney, and he said that he's made more than $8 million his past 3 fights, ain't that's what he said? Well, come on, that was his whole reasoning, talking about another man's business, which was a complete, flat out lie. Bro, I can't, I don't give a fuck how much I rock with you, I'm not finna do no interview with you and let you just tell a flat out lie. Right? I'm gonna stop you and be like, well, no, he did do an interview and he said this, this, and that, you know, and then carry on. It was based off a lie, and then you bringing up another man's business, bro. And salute to Knockout in the building. Like, I'm not finna be going back and forth with you and be like, oh well, man, when you and knockout and you said that knockout, bro, that don't have nothing to do with me. And like I said, the reason I'll never rock with Frank Martin again is because I thought that Frank was solid, bro. I thought he was a solid. I ain't like real talk. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I didn't think that Frank was built like that. I thought that Frank was built on some, you know what I'm saying? I thought that Frank was built different. I thought that Frank was going to go on there and say whatever he said, but stand on his shit like a man. And he tried to use another man the whole time. He tried to use another man to explain why he flat out ducked the fight. Bruh, you never won a championship in a sport of boxing. So you cannot talk about business between Devin Haney, somebody that's an undisputed, right? And then a Shakur Stevenson, somebody that's been unified in the division and a champion in another division, right? Two weight division champion and unified. You're not on that level. You ain't even won a title. And then he goes on later on in that interview and he talks about, you know what I mean? Shakur ain't even a big dog. He ain't even a top dog. I mean, Devin Haney a top dog. Shakur ain't even like that. If Shakur ain't like that, what the fuck is the problem? You can't explain to me why, right? With what he's saying, you can't explain why you turned down 4 times more than what you ever made. The only reason is, let's get down to the bottom of this shit. Because we can go back and forth all day. I know that you're never gonna hold Frank Martin accountable. You're just not gonna do it. You got guys that you rock with.
Accountable when y'all hold Shakur accountable, bro.
What am I holding Shakur accountable for?
For nothing, bro. You talk about.
No, I'm saying, what do you want? Well, hold on. What do you want me to hold Shakur accountable for?
I'm about to tell you. So you telling me what you don't rock with? You telling me you rock with this? You rock with a dude that know that me and you is not gonna fight, but still put on all these antics, sending bottles, talking about signing a contract when it ain't no contract. You rock with that?
You said that I know that. Wait, hold on.
I got more.
Hold on, Big Dose, because we're gonna address what you said one by one, right? Because see, I'm the wrong one to do this with, right? So you're telling me that I know that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney wasn't gonna fight, right? So hold on. But Shakur Stevenson put a petition in to Devin Haney to force him to fight me or vacate the title. So if I know we ain't gonna ever fight, why the fuck am I petitioning the WBC to fucking mandate a fight between us, or you got to vacate your title? Because if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, Shakur, for one, he would have never went that route and put in that petition to the WBC to force Devin Haney. And if Devin Haney wanted to fight him, he would have been like, fuck it. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping. They're telling me I got to vacate my title or fight you. Well, I'm going to fight you. But hold on. But it's funny how when they did that to Canelo Alvarez, when it was what was it, Demetrius Andrade, or was it Jamal Charlo? Yeah, it was Jamal Charlo. When they did that to Canelo Alvarez and Canelo decided to drop his title at 160, y'all was on his helmet and said that he ducked. I was on this helmet too. Everybody was like, oh, Canelo ducked. He dropped the title. You right? Jamal Charlo petitioned for Canelo to fight him and he dropped the title, he ducked. But when it comes to Shakur doing it to Devin, well, it's always, but no. It's not a but nothing, bro. It's he said no. He decided not to. Now, do I think that Devin ducked? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I've always said this. No, I think that Devin, he was trying to play the politics, knowing that, well, I'm not going to fight at 135 anyway. I'm not going to fight this man at 135. I can't make the weight comfortably. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the politics. I'm going to try to hold on to these straps because I know if I'm undisputed and I move up, well, I'm going to get paid more because I'm undisputed and I got a whole bunch of leverage I can use because I got the belts. Let's keep it a buck, Big Dose. He wouldn't finna fight no Tank or Shakur at no 135 when he know that he can't make the weight healthy. Me and you already talked about this, but you want to put on and act like that he was gonna fucking fight at 135 and all of that.
I don't think he would have fought Shakur at 135, but on the other hand, I know he wanted to fight Tank at 135, but on the other hand, with all the stuff that had been coming up and brought up on the media and in the media, and also with Shakur's snakish ways, with the bottle, with the coming on the stage after the Loma fight, talking about Loma got robbed, that type stuff.
Okay,
stop
right there.
You rock with that?
Stop right there, right? Stop right there. Now, I told everybody, I did a live stream, and I said, man, I didn't like how Shakur, right, went and was saying that Loma got robbed, right, and that, you know, he thought that Loma won the fight, he got robbed. I said, I didn't like that. But that don't have nothing to do with these situations, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Outside the ring too.
Hold on. We're talking about a man that did it. Hold on. Right? We're talking about a man that did an interview and flat out lied and used another man's business throughout his whole interview. That's different, bro. Like if Frank Martin had done some shit like that, like I would have been like, yeah, I ain't rocking with the shit, but that's not gonna make me feel the way that I feel about Frank Martin with this situation. Because like I said, man, if you let a man flat out lie to you throughout a whole interview and you respect that shit, and then you're gonna try to look over it just because you like him, it was a lie. Y'all like, oh man, but y'all keep going back to, well, but man, with Shakur, he did the same thing. He didn't take the 25%, but he didn't take that is not the same thing. We're talking about a man that flat out lied. Simple as that. And you saying that, well, he didn't lie. Well, he didn't lie. Yes, he did. He's saying that Shakur said that he was gonna make $8 million. He never said that was a lie. It was a lie, bro. A lie is a lie.
He never said that once in that interview. Shakur said he gonna make $8 million.
But I just played how you gonna tell me he didn't say that? I just played the interview twice. And I stopped it when he said it. So now you lying?
He was gonna make $8 million.
Now you're lying because that's what he said. He said, yeah, he said that, right? That's what I just played it twice. How you gonna tell me he ain't say that when I just played it twice?
He said so. Shakur was gonna make $8 million. Then he said, and then he said something about $3 million. Then he said he was gonna make way more than
now you're sitting up here lying, Big Dose.
No, man, I'm telling you, he never once said. Shakur said, "I'm gonna make $8 million."
He said 8. That's what he said. He said 8.
He didn't say the $8 million. Yeah.
Hold on. He says $8 million, right? He said he didn't got paid more than that. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. You can't tell me he didn't say that.
He said that he was gonna make $8 million, right? And that's what he said.
And he said that he's got paid more than $8 million. That's what he said.
He's got paid more than that. He didn't say $8 million.
That's the same shit. What's the difference? He said that he got paid more than $8 million.
When did he say he got paid more than $8 million? That's what I'm saying.
Let me read this super chat. Frank, hey, Big Dose.
Yeah.
I fuck with you. Because if I ever need you to lie, if I ever need a lie told for me, I'm going straight to you.
I'll come back to you when it comes to Shakur.
Hey, if I ever need a lie told for me, I'm putting you on the stand. For real. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm putting Big Dose on the stand for me. Hey, 619 says Frank was getting more money than a two-time champion Navarrete got paid to fight Valdez, about $850K. He full of shit. Right? I mean, and y'all taking up for this, right? Like, y'all taking up for this. Let's just keep it a buck. What it comes down to is Frank does not believe that he can beat Shakur Stevenson. So in order to fight Shakur Stevenson and get that one loss on his record, he wanted to get paid a whole lot of money. That's what it comes down to. He don't believe that he can beat the man. He didn't have no problem making $250K or less with any other opponent that he'd been in the ring with his whole career.
That's bogus, bro. That's
How's
bogus.
that bogus?
That's like
How is that bogus?
Saying, it don't matter who your opponent is. You're supposed to make the same amount of money, or you ain't supposed to be worried about different things as your opposition level step up. Come on, bro. That ain't even genuine, bro.
Hey, you got Gino over here on your head, man. She on your helmet. She on your helmet, like, man, what the fuck? Right. He said that shit. Like, the man.
He said it clearly in that interview.
Like,
that if he got offered $8 million or more, then he would have jumped on it.
That's right, but he never said Shakur said he was getting $8 million.
He said that Shakur said that he was getting $8, but he said that Shakur said that he was getting paid $8 million. That's what he said.
Not.
Yes, he did. He said that's what he said. He said,
man,
okay, let me play it again. Let me play this shit again because we're not getting nowhere. Let's play this shit again because hold on.
He was getting paid what he was getting. If he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, you know, Devin Haney offered him, from my understanding, they offered him like $8 million.
So if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, from my understanding, Devin Haney offered him like $8 million. So if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, Devin Haney offered him $8 million. That's what he said. Hold on.
Right? To fight for undisputed. And then you got me. Then you got our fight. We fighting for a vacant title. You know, it's WBC. It's big. You know what I mean? But a vacant title, and then everything in his favor. You know what I mean? All that.
Hold on. Let me drop the link for my brother KQ. KQ, I'm going to drop the link for you. Hold on. Big Dose.
Yeah.
Big Dose. You know who you remind me of?
Oh.
You remind me of my brother Money Brown, right? Yeah. You know why? Because this is money. If Money know he wrong, but he gonna ride for a fighter that he like. I don't give a fuck what it is. That nigga will argue with you for 10 straight hours. If it's Errol Spence, if it's Gervonta Davis, if it's Canelo Alvarez, that nigga gonna ride and he gonna argue you down. Hey man,
bro,
I need y'all niggas to go head to head one day.
Calling it how I see it, bro.
No, you ain't. Hold on.
You got to call Shakur out if you gonna call Frank out, bro.
Hold on. If Shakur do some shit like this, I'm on his helmet. Hold on. That's the link, KQ. KQ, I just dropped the link. Now let's continue to play this. Let's continue to play this audio.
Hey, before you do, let me ask you a quick question, Keith.
Oh, no, we're going to play this audio first.
He was getting paid.
Hold on.
If he was getting paid what he was getting, if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, you know, Devin Haney offered him, from my understanding, they offered him like $8 million, right? To fight for undisputed. And then you got me. Then you got our fight. We fighting for a vacant title. You know, it's WBC. It's big. You know what I mean? But a vacant title, and then everything in his favor. You know what I mean? All I asked for was an extra little you know, and they couldn't give me that. You know, but
Hold on.
So, but on my end, verbally,
hold on.
You know,
give me a second, y'all.
I agree with everything. You know, $1 million.
Hold on.
$1 million has been killing me. People do from. I agree with everything. You know, the only thing I agree with was that money. And that's another thing that's been killing me. People like just take the money. They like just take the money. This your first time getting paid $1 million and this and that. That $1 million ain't no $1 million. Once you take out taxes, once you taking out them trainer fees and them fees you gotta pay. But people, the fans want to see the fight. You know what I mean? They want to see the fight, but them they ain't understanding that a fight this big, a motherfucker gotta get paid. Can't one side just eat. Like they could have just gave me what I asked for. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even nothing crazy. And then the fight could have happened. It was that simple. The fight could have happened. It's all about the money. If he was getting paid what he was getting, if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, you know, Devin Haney offered him, from my understanding, they offered him like $8 million.
So what right there, he said if he was getting paid what he say he was getting paid, from my understanding, Devin Haney offered him $8 million. That's what he said. Now Shakur never said that he was gonna get paid $8 million. He said the exact opposite. He said that was bullshit. He was never gonna get paid no $8 million, and Devin Haney never offered him $8 million. That man just said if he was gonna get paid what he said he was gonna get paid, from my understanding, was $8 million. Hold on.
Right? To fight for undisputed. And then you got me. Then you got our fight. We fighting for a vacant title. You know, it's WBC. It's big. You know what I mean? But a vacant title. You know what I mean? All I asked for was an extra little you know, and they couldn't give me that. You know, but if he what he told me he was getting paid, if he was getting paid that, he capping about a whole lot. He capping about the money with Devin, what he said he was getting paid, and all that. You know what I mean? That's cap.
So he said he capping about the money with Devin, where he said he was getting paid. He never told nobody that he was getting paid $8 million with Devin. So that's a lie because he never said that. Hold on.
If he was only getting $3 million, you know, and I was getting an M, that's what he said he was getting. You know what I mean? That's cap. You feel me? Because if Devin Haney offered you $8 million, you talking with? Didn't he say he got paid? He didn't got paid way more than that.
Now, right there, let's stop.
Yeah.
He said if
Devin Haney ain't got $8 million to offer nobody.
Exactly. But this man arguing me up and down, say that he didn't say that. He said if he was getting paid, right? If Devin Haney offered him $8 million and he said that he got paid more than that, well, he was Shakur never said that he got paid more than $8 million. He said that he ain't never got $8 million, and if it was $8 million, he would have jumped on it. So, Big Dog, stop telling me that man didn't say that on this interview. I done played it 3 times for you, and you keep telling me that Frank Martin never said that. He said it. Everybody on here listening to him say that shit, bro. Admit that he said that. Come on, Big Dogs. He said it clearly, and he said it more than once. His whole argument was built around a lie.
Now,
told him $8 million. It's a lie, Big Dogs. Okay. Stop taking up for this, man. That's a lie. And John, salute to my man John Kramer, big John Kramer with the kilo on his neck. But that's bullshit. Shakur talking about if Shakur did it, it's cool, but it ain't the same situation. It ain't the same situation. Shakur put in for his mandatory position to make Devin Haney fight him, and Devin decided not to fight Shakur. Frank Martin flat out turned the fight down, a fight that he was going to make 4 times more money than he ever made. So this is what I want from Frank Martin. His next fight, Frank Martin better make more than $1 million. Because if he make another $150K or $250,000 in this next fight, oh yeah, I'm on this motherfucking helmet. You know what I'm saying? They trying to pay you $1 million and you talking about the taxes and you ain't gonna make, nigga, you didn't make $250K when you had to pay taxes and training fees on top of that. How the fuck I'm complaining about somebody paying me 4 times more than what I ever made in my career, but I was okay my last fight making $250K or less.
So what you saying, Keon, is that no matter what the opposition is, no matter who you facing, you should just be grateful, right?
Well, I clearly said the fucking main thing is for him to tell the truth and say that, hey, Shakur Stevenson, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe I can beat him, or he's you're a fighter, right? You're a fighter, right? You're a fighter.
Hold on.
hold on. You're a fighter, so you're not gonna just come out and say that you don't believe that you can beat a fighter, right? But what you can say is, look, man, Shakur Stevenson, he's a high risk, right? In order for me to take a risky fight like that at this point of my career, I'm gonna need more money.
When have you ever heard a boxer say some stuff like that?
Okay, but we know what it was. He didn't believe that he could beat Shakur, so what else was it?
No, man, he wanted more money because it's a big fight.
No, bruh. If you are willing to fight motherfucking goddamn Michelle Rivera or the motherfucker Artrum, right? And you willing to fight them dudes for $250K or less, but you're not willing to take it's not like you're not making more. They're paying you more, right? 4 times more.
They're paying them more.
They're paying you more. You trying to act like that they trying to pay him the same amount of money that he was getting paid to fight these other guys.
Shakur more too.
Shakur, they're paying Shakur. He said that Shakur said that they was paying him $3 million.
Right, so they paying him more.
If you look at Shakur's fight purse, right?
Right, that ain't nothing. Yeah.
If you look at Shakur's fight purse, he's got paid $3 million before.
Hold on, I'm about to look at his because I got him.
You know, Bob Aaron ain't paying that damn much money to no fighter, really. Not even in the purse bid.
I got it right here. Right, look. Hold on. I think I pulled it up. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you how much Shakur Stevenson made, right? Because you're saying that Shakur was making a whole bunch more than he ever made, which is false. Shakur fight per.
He got a guaranteed $500,000 for Oscar Valdez.
Hold on. Versus what's his last fight? Shakur Stevenson fight purse last fight.
Hey, what's up with y'all, man? Y'all hear me good, bro?
What's happening with you? Go ahead. I'm gonna pull this up. Go. Salute to knockout. Salute knockout.
Yeah, what's up with it, man? OG, go ahead. I want to cook on it, but you were here first, OG. Go ahead, man.
No.
I got some stuff I want to say.
I mean, Shakur,
okay, here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It says Shakur Stevenson, right? He made a total of 2.5 million, right, in his last fight against a nobody named Yoshino. He made 2.5 million. That's what it says right here. Let me see, put it up there. 2.5 million.
We're talking about two-time champion. We're talking about silver medalist, Olympian. And Frank Martin really haven't done anything at 135. Respectfully.
Yeah, but it says it also says Stevenson has earned payday 24 guaranteed per. He says it says in the okay, let me read this. Return to boxing ring Friday night to take on Robinson Conceição. The latter had his moment in the fight, but struggled whatever. Hold on. In the process, Stevenson also earned a massive payday, 25-year-old guaranteed purse of $3 million for himself.
Minus the $150,000 penalty.
However, according to ESPN, he had to give $150,000 purse to Robinson Conceição. So in the Conceição fight, he was making $3 million, the same amount that they was offering him to fight Frank Martin. So what are we talking about? The only reason he made 2.5 million is because he had to give 150,000 for missing weight. So who right and who wrong? Like, bro, you don't want to do this with me. Like, real talk, because I'm gonna pull up the facts on you. Now, your whole point was, oh man, he making way more. So Frank Martin he wasn't even making more than what he usually make. Go ahead, y'all.
The only thing about it is, see, Frank Martin complaining about, well, you got to pay taxes, but you weren't saying that when you were making $250,000. You know, I mean, the other fighters still got to pay Jay Prince and Bob Aaron and everybody else. So, but now all of a sudden you're getting paid like 4 times much as you ever made, and now you complaining. But signing saying that, man, okay, well, this is an important fight for a vacant belt. So I'm about to make $1 million. Okay, fine. Then, okay, win or lose. At least you was in a big fight and made a big payday. Then you get a next fight, and maybe the payday would be say, okay, well, I made more than this. I made $1 million in my last fight. So that's how you climb the ladder, climb the scales. But you turn down the fight. Who turns down a full-time payday increase? Who does that? Unless you're not sure that you can beat the guy. Unless you're not really sure, or you know you can't beat the guy. Then I asked Knockout Sunday. I said, well, maybe I'm thinking, well, maybe he's thinking ahead. Maybe I'm thinking maybe he's saying that maybe, I want to lose right now early in my career. And maybe down the line, maybe I can let him marinate. And maybe I can get a little bit better. And maybe I get a little more fights under my belt. Because, right now, Shakur probably, beat me. And then, we didn't see what happened to Demetrius Andrade. He got out of the fight. He backed out. And now I don't, if I back out, my whole career be up, up and down or whatever. And then, now people really going to think, so he going to come up with this story and say, okay, well, that ain't enough money. So just be honest. That's all. Just be honest. I'm not sure I can beat him, and he gonna mess up my career coming ahead because I'm not gonna get the big paydays, and I got an L on my record already. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
The best thing. Oh, my bad, bro.
Well, no, go ahead, Knockout. Go ahead.
So the best thing I think that Frank Martin could have did was be quiet. But I am happy that Boxiana and Nick J were able to get the interview. They did a great job. But bro, he capping, bro. Like if we just look at it objectively, number one, bro, this fight was ordered by the WBC on August the 26th, and they said if you guys don't come to an agreement, we're gonna call a purse bid by September the 5th. They do not call out for purse bid unless both parties have agreed to the terms for the fight. They were contacted by Frank's team, TGB Promotions, and by Shakur's team, Top Rank Promotions, and they said you do not have to do this purse bid because we have come to an agreement for the fight. In this interview, what Frank Martin wants me and everyone up here and everyone in the chat to believe is that these experienced ass negotiators, these guys have been doing this for years. Bob Arum and his team, Al Heyman and his team, and Tom Brown and TGB Promotions, they agreed to the venue, where the fight was going to be, where the network it was going to be on, but they never talked about money, and he didn't realize that the money wasn't right until they sent him the contract. You mean these experienced ass people with a purse bid looming to where another promoter can step in if they win the purse bid, they steal your fight. They didn't talk about what the fighters was going to make. That's what you want me to believe, that they talked about venue and the date of the fight and what network the fight was going to be on, but the fighters' purses, what Frank was going to make and what Shakur was going to make, never came up. That's cap, bro. Anybody with any kind of brain knows that is cap. So right off the bat, because this is the first part of the interview, because I listened to it like 5 times, right off the bat, my ears perk up like, there's some bullshit. You already getting ready to tell me some shit that don't make no sense. What he doesn't want y'all to know is that, hey, bro, since the fight was ordered, if you're still unhappy with the money, secret for y'all. Your team can just go back and just get them to order the purse bid. You didn't have to pull all the way out. You know that, right? You if you're unhappy with the money that they was offering you, you can just go back to the WBC and say, yo, I really want this fucking fight, but they're trying to lowball me. So can you go ahead and order the fight so my team can put in a purse bid and I can get what I really want or what I think I deserve? Why did he pull all the way out the fight then? Why didn't he just go back to the WBC and order and get them to order the purse bid that they were going to order anyway? And furthermore, if both sides didn't agree to the fight, they could call the WBC before September the 5th. They could have said, hey, bro, negotiations are going great. We didn't agree to the venue. We didn't agree to the date. We didn't agree to what network it's going to be on. We just working out some final kinks in the armor for the money. Can you give us a 1-week extension? Can you give us a 2-week extension on the purse bid so we can get this money worked out? You mean to tell me that they didn't do that either? So here's what we have for everybody listening, right? Either Frank Martin is a duck or Al Heyman and the PBC and everybody that was negotiating on behalf of Frank Martin is incompetent as fuck. Which one y'all think it is? Furthermore, look at the whole context of everything. You mean to tell me they lowballed Frank Martin? They treated him wrong. They wouldn't pay him what he was looking for. And then PBC just sent over another fighter anyway. Like, hey, yeah, you fucked us over right here. We'll still send you Edwin De Los Santos, though. hey, you fucked us over, bro. Hey, you did us so dirty in negotiations. Your money was fucked up. You lowballed our guy. You treated him so wrong. But, oh, by the way, here's one of our other hottest prospects. Just go ahead and we'll feed him to Shakur since you did us so wrong with Frank Martin. Who's doing that, bro? Who's doing any of that, bro? Like, this man, and what he won't admit, he agreed to the money at first, realized who he might be getting in the ring with, realized how big the fight was getting, and said, oh shit, I might can get more. Let me try to get more money. And they're like, nah, we already got an agreement, my nigga. We done came to terms and everything. And he said, oh, good, that's my way out. I'm gone. Never mind, I'm straight. Y'all ain't giving me what I'm asking for. That's what he don't want to tell you. At the end of the day, bro,
So,
I like Shakur. He ducked him, bro. He ducked him badly.
So, what you want me to believe?
Hold on, Big Dose. Hold on.
No, you don't want to never let me. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm going to let you get your shit off. But like I said, I want to ask Knockout something. Knockout. You watched that interview just like I did, right?
Multiple times, yeah.
Now, me and Big Dose was going back and forth. Now, did he or did he not lie about Shakur in the $8 million?
Yeah, he said that Shakur, they said that he was getting $8 million. So if he was getting $8 million for Devin, what, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he could have been capping about me or capping about that. I would just tell Frank, you need to listen to who actually said it and listen to the interview, because that's cap, bro. Like, if Shakur was getting $8 million, Devin was getting $24 million. That don't make no sense, bro.
Do you think that Frank Martin actually believed that Shakur was going to make $8 million and he know the business of boxing and that Devin Haney was going to make $24 million?
No, I don't think that, bro. I think he's just looking for a way to get people like Big Dose and the people that's taking up for him to rock with him, bro, even if they know it's bullshit. Like, I just think he trying to give people the narrative to hold on to. At the end of the day, what's going to kill him and what's going to continue to kill him is that this was a mandated fight. This was an ordered fight. And so with that being said, they're not calling off a purse bid unless you agree to all of the terms of the fight. And both parties have to reach out to get the purse bid called off. They did that. So you stuck, bro. You already agreed, and then you reneged on your agreement and tried to get more money, and they told you no. And so since they told you no, instead of sticking with the agreement that you already agreed to, you pulled out, bro. Like, it just is what it is. You pulled out. So you ducked, bro.
King Turner. Shakur team. Hold on. And I'm gonna let you go. My bad, Big Dose. But King Turner, Shakur team never said that he was getting $8 million, right? You guys just don't know how to comprehend a hypothetical. That's the fucking problem. The man says, well, let's just say this. Say that Shakur was getting $8 million and blah, blah. Say that means it's a hypothetical. He was just throwing a number out there. But grown-ass men don't know how to comprehend a hypothetical. That's the problem. The problem ain't what Shakur team or what y'all saying. They said the problem is grown-ass men don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, don't know what a hypothetical is. That's the problem. It's a bigger problem that grown-ass men, you know what I'm saying, don't know what a hypothetical is and run with a hypothetical. That's a bigger problem. That's like a big problem. But anyway, man. So stop saying that shit. Shakur team said he would get $8 million. First of all, man, and another thing is that if you dumb enough to think that Shakur was going to get paid $8 million from Bob Arum and Devin Haney was going to get paid $24 million, you got to be a fucking idiot.
Bob Arum put up $10 million for Terence Crawford and Sean
Porter. Okay, yo, hold on, bro. Because y'all doing a whole lot of capping up here and talking about other people capping, man. Y'all capping for Shakur like a mug, man. Come on, bro. Come on. First of all, addressing KQKC, talking about who does that. Who does that is a person who know who he worth. That's who does that. Just because you feel like he should take $1 million. Just because you feel like you should take $1 million don't mean he feel like that. Second to KO, talking
Compared
about
to what he been making,
he finally realized who he was fighting. So like he went into a negotiation to fight Shakur Stevenson, and once the contract came to sign it, he said, "Oh no, it's Shakur Stevenson." Man, stop it with that cap, man. That's cap.
man, if
He
you
ain't,
used to
he
making
ain't
$1
just coming.
a
He
week
ain't
and
just
you take
coming real.
$5
He
a
ain't
week,
just coming realize
you
who
would
he
be
was
happy.
fighting. He knew who he
Big
was
Dose.
fighting from
Why
the
did they
get.
Big Dose? Why did they call off Big Dose? Why did they
Hold
call off the
on,
first
bro.
bid, Big Dose?
Hold on. I ain't interrupt you at all. Now, which was my next point. When it comes to the purse bid, right? It's not unfathomable to believe that Frank Martin didn't know what the exact number that he was gonna be making. Now, if that's the truth, then his team dropped the ball, but that can happen. You know what I'm saying? He finally got to see the contract when it come to sign it, and he said, "Why am I making this? I should be making this." That's unfathomable.
Did he say that?
I don't agree with that.
He talked to them for 40 minutes. Did he say that?
He said that I asked him for more money.
So, but
That's
no.
what
Did
he said.
he just say what all the shit you just said was unfathomable? Did he say any of that, bro?
Yeah, he said that they came with a number and I asked him for more money. That's what he said.
So
KO.
they came with a new number that he knew nothing about. You know how purse bids work, right?
I don't know what if it's a new number or not. All I know is he said he wanted more money. What's wrong with him asking for more
purse
money?
bids work though? Do you know how purse bids work, bro?
Yeah, I know somewhat of it, yeah.
Okay, so I know how they work for sure, and I'm trying to tell you, bro. If you go look it up and you research it, if you two people are fighting for a vacant title in the WBC, you can get 50-50 if you go all the way to purse bid. So obviously, when you look at what TGB Promotions decided to do, and you look at what Top Rank decided to do, they all came to an agreement. He was happy with the money that he was getting, bro, or they wouldn't have come to an agreement, and the purse bid would not have gotten called off. No one's calling off a purse bid if one of the parties is not happy with the money. And furthermore, again, Big Dose, Frank pulled all the way out from the fight and just didn't go a whole nother route. He could have literally said, "Hey, I want this. You know what I'm saying? This money, I need this money." And then they could have said, "No, we ain't giving you this money." He could have went back to the WBC, bro, and said, "Look, man, the fight is worth more than what we initially agreed to. We no longer have an agreement. We just need y'all to go ahead and do the purse bid for the fight." And he didn't do that, bro. He just pulled all the way out. And his own team is shitting on him by sending another fighter from their stable to fight Shakur in his place. That lets you know it's on Frank, bro. Because Al Heyman and the PBC, they are not going to go back into business with you and send you somebody else after you just fucked them over on Frank, bro. They could just make Frank versus Edwin.
I don't consider that Shakur fucking them over on Frank, bro. I consider that as they had a negotiation, and when it came down to the end, when it came down to the contract signing, Frank wanted more money. I don't consider that as Shakur fucking them over. How you get that from that?
Which is a duck, because when you are trying to negotiate something new after you already agreed to the terms in principle, bro, that's a duck. I watched you call Terence Crawford a duck for the same reason, bro.
How you get Shakur fucking the PBC over from that though?
No, I said if the PBC felt like Shakur was fucking them over,
Why would they? Why would they though?
Because they know Frank up. That's the point I'm making to you.
That's the type of cap I be talking about, bro. Y'all be hiding the
feel that way. You're not listening, bro. They wouldn't feel that way because they know Frank is a duck, so they have no problem with sending Edwin over. If they felt like
Frank ain't no duck, bro, he just wanted more money.
You
he
can't
just wanted more money, bro.
Big Dose.
And they weren't willing to pay it. And they weren't willing to pay
it. For more money after agreeing to the money, you are a duck, bro. When you ask for more money after you have already agreed that the money they was giving you was good, and then you come back after the agreement when they send you the contract for the shit you already agreed to, and you come back asking for more money, that's not the duck. The duck is when they say no to you and they say, "Nah, bro, we ain't giving you more. We already agreed to everything. You agreed." So sign this shit. Let's get it popping. When you say, nah, never mind, I'm good, that is the duck, bro. So you can ask for what you want, but once you done said you agreed to it, once you done said, yeah, I agree, 1 million, that's good. Let's get it cracking. I'm good with everything. Let's get it popping. But then when you get the contract, like, oh shit, I ain't good with the money no more. Give me some more. If they say no and you go somewhere else, you duck, bro.
And I'm gonna let y'all know what Frank Martin did. What Frank Martin did throughout that whole interview is he recognized that Devin Haney has a cult following, right? So what he did is he latched on the cult following that Devin Haney had, and he tried to use Devin Haney, right, to deflect that he flat out ducked. That's what he did. And he knew that
y'all need to stop it with that, Keon.
Hold on.
Y'all
And
need to stop it with that, bro.
Hold on. And he knew that everybody that ride with Devin was gonna ride with him because of that fact that they ride with Devin. And that's what he used.
But that's not the same thing, though.
But y'all need to stop that, though, Keon.
Well,
Y'all just fans, but anybody who a fan of Devin is in a cult.
No, I'm asking you, is Devin Haney
Come
your
on,
favorite
bro.
fighter? I'm asking you, is Devin Haney
He one of them. He one of them.
Okay. In exactly what I said he used, you riding with Frank Martin and Devin Haney your favorite fighter.
Is Shakur one of your favorite fighters? Is Shakur one of your favorite fighters? Is Shakur one of your favorite fighters?
Inside of the ring. Inside of the ring.
Okay, all right then. There you go. And you ride with whatever Shakur do.
I just made my point.
Same
he
thing.
latched on to Devin Haney and he rolled with that shit to get everybody that ride with Devin to stick with him. That's what he did, bro. He did just that when it has nothing to do with his business with Shakur Stevenson.
And that ain't what it was. What it is I feel like if y'all okay with one fighter doing it, y'all gotta be okay with another fighter doing it, bro.
And it's not the
and
same
in
thing.
my eyes, it was the same thing because Shakur had a shot at undisputed in one shot.
It's not the same thing, bro. It's not
and y'all say, well, he didn't pull out the fight. Well, he didn't get the fight either.
Okay, well, hold on. If it's the same thing, answer this. Okay. What sanctioning body did Frank Martin go through? To mandate?
I don't know. He ain't go to none that I know of. He ain't go to none that I know of.
What sanctioning body did he go through to mandate Shakur Stevenson fight him? You just said he ain't go to none that I know of. Okay, well, how the fuck is it the same thing?
It's the same thing because Shakur Stevenson had an offer on the table that he could have accepted. He could have accepted, and he could have got the fight with Devin Haney.
Did Shakur Stevenson go to the WBC and mandate that Devin Haney had to fight him or relinquish the title? Yes or no? Yes or no? Did he or not?
And your mind that make it better, and mine it don't, bro.
I'm asking you, did he or not?
Because both resulted in the same result. No fight.
No, it didn't.
Did he or not?
No fight. What?
Devin moved
up. So did both result in the same result? No fight.
First of all, you
right? We ain't got no fight between Frank Martin and Shakur. We ain't got no fight between Shakur and Devin. Same result.
We don't have a fight between Frank Martin and Shakur because Frank Martin ducked. We don't have a fight between Devin and Shakur because Devin Haney decided to move up to 140. Not the same thing.
Nah, because Shakur thought he was running something. Because Shakur thought he was running something and he ain't running nothing.
Shakur went to the sanctioning body to force the fight, and Devin decided to move up.
Right.
Point blank. That's it. That's what happened. It ain't
not running anything. He just went to another route. That's it.
Shakur thought he was running something and ain't running nothing.
Everybody goes that route. Everybody forced the purse bid.
So it's okay though. Y'all make it okay. Whatever he felt he needed to do to try to make the fight, that's okay. But when it comes to Frank, it ain't okay.
Because he didn't try to do everything. He didn't do everything to try to make the fight.
He asked for a little bit more money. They said no. What else he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? He go to the sanctioning body. Say if they do have a purse bid, the purse bid could be 1.5 million.
That's what he should have
So
done.
that way he
Like
gets
John
even
said,
less money than he making now.
But let me tell you this, right? First of all, it's not the same thing. You full of shit saying it's the same thing. But the funny thing about it, right? The funny thing about it, Big Dose, is you up here defending Frank Martin up and down, left and right, right? You talking about that he should have got more money. It's okay for him to want more money and all of that, right? But then when Shakur say, you know, I deserve more than 25%, you had a problem with it. You see the thing, right? That you defending Frank Martin.
I didn't have a problem with it.
No. You defending Frank Martin, right? Saying that he deserved more money. If he felt that he deserved more money, he should have got. But then Shakur say, well, I deserve more than 25%. Give me more than 25%. Then it's a problem.
It's not a problem, bro. It's not. All I'm saying, and what I continue to say is, if you're gonna call one fighter out for it, you got to call both of them out for it. That's what I'm saying. But
you know what,
to me, I don't think it was a bad move though. You know what I'm saying? Even though it didn't get him to fight.
But you know what, Big Dose? If Shakur Stevenson, right, if he wasn't in a position, right, to force Devin Haney to relinquish the title or fight him, if Shakur just said, you know what, fuck that, nope, I'm not taking 25%, I'm not fighting, he wasn't in a position to do what he did, then it would have been like the same thing, right? Okay, well, you just turned down the fight. You didn't go a different route. You didn't have another ace in your back pocket. You just turned down the fight. That's the same thing. It's not the same thing if Shakur went another route to mandate the fight. Frank Martin didn't do that. You feel me? The fight was already mandated. So, you know what I'm saying? Frank Martin didn't even have an ace in his back pocket. He just flat out turned the fight down. So Shakur had to just flat out turn the fight down. And I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, man, Shakur, you just turned the fight down. You ain't even you didn't petition for a mandatory spot. You just said no and just walked away. Then it would have been the same thing. And then I would have got on Shakur Stevenson helmet. But I didn't get on Shakur because I saw what Shakur did, and Shakur said, well, okay, I'm gonna force him to fight me or drop the title. That's why Shakur is fighting for the belt, and that's why Devin Haney is at another division. I mean, so you continue to say it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. And then you have a man that's only made $250,000 in his whole career. That was the best he's ever made. You got a Shakur Stevenson, we just seen, he's made a $3 million fight purse before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but another thing we're not talking about, my opinion, is we're not even giving Shakur, he finna fight Edwin De Los Santos, and I think that's a better fight than Frank Martin. I think that De Los Santos is a better fighter than Frank Martin and a tougher fighter than Frank Martin. I think he can box better than Frank Martin. I think he crack harder. And so, you know what I'm saying? We talking about, oh, what Shakur ain't did. Shakur actually fighting a better fighter, in my opinion. Now, he's not a more known fighter, but he fighting a better fighter than Frank Martin is. Then we overlooking that.
I mean, you know, that's all a matter of opinion, though, Key. You know, you entitled to feel that way, bro. And you know boxing, so I know your opinion is coming from an educated point of view. You know, in my opinion, I think Frank Martin's footwork is better than Edwin De Los Santos. I think his footwork might be. I'm sure his footwork is better than Shakur's. You know what I'm saying? Shakur's upper body movement and stuff like that is better than Frank Martin's. You know what I'm saying? But as far as fast feet, man, Frank Martin got them, man. Angles, he got that. And he can crack too. We seen that.
Well, Frank Martin, he
you know what I'm saying? It's all a matter of opinion, man. That's why we watch the sport.
Well, you saying Frank Martin, he got, you know what I'm saying, he got cool power. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing devastating. I think that Edwin De Los Santos crack harder than he do. And as far as the footwork, right? Frank Martin, He know how to. He got some cool footwork. I like his footwork. But the thing is Frank Martin have problems with guys that can box. I've seen that against the guy that he last fought. I also seen that when he fought the guy that beat the shit out of Rolly and got robbed. What's the dude name that beat Rolly ass? That Rolly took the title from, but they robbed him. Goddamn. Well, you know what I'm talking about. What's the dude name that they?
I'm trying to think.
The guy that beat Rolly ass, but they robbed him. Damn, what's his name? Yeah, Jackson Marina, right? Jackson
Marina. Yeah, Marina.
Jackson Marina. I seen Frank Martin have all the problems in the world against Jackson Marina. A fight that was he might have been losing until he got the knockout, right? He ended up stopping Jackson Marina in like I believe the 11th round.
I'm missing Grandpa.
Yeah,
not Barroso. Yeah.
I think no, I'm talking about Jackson Marina's Cool J, right? He fought Jackson Marina's, and that's the first time that I said, oh shit, Frank Martin ain't like I thought he was, because Jackson Marina's was outboxing him, right? But he came back and he said, oh well, you know, I didn't have my best performance. He had a million excuses, and then he came back and he fought the dude that looked like Muhammad Ali.
Michelle Rivera,
and he looked great against Michelle Rivera, right? Then he came back against this other guy that was a boxer that could box, that was an Olympian, and he had problems against this other guy. So Frank Martin has showed me one thing that he has problems with: a style of fighter is a fighter that can box. All that foot movement is all that footwork he got is cool, but he showed me that only work against guys that can really slug.
Now let me ask you something.
Be in front of him, right?
Okay.
If it's another fighter that can box like that, he had problems. That's why I say that everybody high on Frank Martin, but I've seen Frank Martin have problems with a certain style of fighter.
So,
and this don't have nothing to do with how I feel about what Frank Martin, because I've said this, and y'all know I was rocking with Frank Martin heavy before all of this shit. That I was even rocking with Frank Martin even when he pulled out. I was just like, and I did videos, and I said, well, you know, I don't like that he pulled out, but we still got to get the whole story, you know. And then this shit, I hear the interview, and I'm like, oh man, this dude, man.
Okay, so Kia, do you think that's the reason why? Because see, Shakur, he can box. He's a pure boxer. He can box, no doubt about it. Now the power is not so great, but he can box. Like I said earlier. Did Frank Martin think about this and thinking about long term? Did he think about, okay, well, I'm finna fight Shakur Stevenson? Listen, I don't want to take a L now early in my career, even though he started late, and he thought about down the line, you know. So
yeah, definitely, KQ. Like I said before, well, if y'all were listening to me, right? I've said this on the live stream that I've done before, and I've said this in plenty of videos, right? In Big Dose, you heard me say this. I said that I didn't think the fight was going to happen. And I said the reason that the fight wasn't going to happen, I said, I don't think that Frank is going to take this fight because I believe that they're going to look at having to fight Shakur, right? And those titles are going to be vacant because Devin Haney is eventually going to have to drop all the titles, and they feel that they can get a title shot against a much easier opponent than having to go and fight against a Shakur where they probably gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I've said that. I never thought the fight was gonna happen, but when they announced the fight, I was shocked. And I did a video and I said, you know what? I apologize. I didn't think the fight was gonna happen, but I take my hat off to, to Frank Martin for taking the fight. And I said that shit, but then turn around, I was right in the first place. So I don't believe that he ever felt that he wanted to take I don't believe it's simple as this, right, KQ? It's simple as this. In order for me to fight somebody like Shakur, y'all gonna have to pay me big money. He was putting his O on the line. He was selling his O. I'll fight him, right? Because come on, man, he didn't believe he could beat Shakur. It's nothing else but you did not believe you can beat that man, because if you're willing to take $250K or less to fight the other opponents that you fought, that you were confident that you could beat, but then you weren't willing to take 4 times more to fight this man. You don't believe that you can beat him. It ain't no other explanation for it. Come on, bro. Like, that's just common sense. Like, you didn't believe that you could beat that man, so in order to fight him, they was going to have to pay you more than 4 times more than what you ever made. They were going to have to pay you a shit ton of money. And when Shakur talked about the situation, he says, this man think he's supposed to make 10 times more than what he ever made to fight me. That's what Shakur said. And Shakur was right because...
You really believe Frank Martin's going to sell his own? Before he even gets started, he's going to sell his own. You think you're going to go into a fight with somebody thinking that he's going to lose?
I mean,
that's what you want me to
why
believe.
he go into it.
That's what you want me to believe.
He did, bro. Rachel, no Nito and Rachel, salute to y'all.
If they would have gave him an extra $500,000, he would have went into it.
I haven't done an interview, I haven't done a live stream in probably over a month. This is my first live stream I've done this whole month for sure. But I'm gonna be back live on the daily in probably about a week. I'm in the midst of, I'm about to be moving back into my house, and yeah, it's gonna be on and popping real soon. But yeah, man, I just, it's no other explanation for it, Big Dose. I know you want to ride with your dude, but he didn't feel that he could beat Shakur. He ain't the only fighter, though. He ain't the only fighter that feel that way when a Shakur you just heard Oscar say, hey, I'll put William Zepeda in the ring with anybody. I ain't gonna put him in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur, man, he's good. It's when you could box on the level of Shakur Stevenson, and then you got a lot of these fighters don't want to fight him because they like, man, only chance I got to beat him is knocking him out.
Hey, Key, how many fighters we don't felt that way about and we was wrong?
What?
The way you feel about Shakur right now.
We were not wrong, right? How Frank Martin feels about the fight because he showed that with his action.
No. I'm saying that how you feel about Shakur, about how good he is, and you know how he gonna beat everybody, but we was wrong. Like, I ain't saying just you, me too. I felt that way about Spence. Shit.
How many fighters have I felt that way about?
Spence. I was wrong.
But Shakur already proved himself to me.
I'm gonna tell you what fighters I felt that about.
He fought nobody.
I'm gonna tell you what fighters I felt that about, right? I felt that about Errol Spence, right? I felt that about Errol Spence. But one thing with Errol Spence is that car accident, the inactivity, being off 16 months, being off 15 months, being off another 15 months, that shit add up, right? So it could be a reason I was wrong about Errol Spence. We never know, right? I felt that at one point, nobody in the 147-pound division could beat Errol Spence, right? But his style is totally different than a Shakur Stevenson, right? I've also felt that in the heavyweight division, that at one point when Deontay Wilder was at his best, I didn't think that Tyson Fury could beat him, right? But also his style is much different than a Shakur Stevenson. So if you ask me, those are the fighters that I felt that about, but those two fighters that I named, they got a much different style. Now, a fighter that could box on that level, who I felt that about Floyd Mayweather. I think I feel that about Jerome Bruce Ennis right now. You know what I'm saying? Who else have I felt, you know what I'm saying, recently? Because when you growing up, you know what I'm saying, you looking at guys like Mike Tyson and Holyfield, certain guys like that, you like, oh man, can't nobody beat them. But I'm talking about like it's grown men, you know, it ain't really too many fighters that could box on that level. I can't really think of a fighter that could box on that level that I felt that about. I really don't.
Besides Shakur?
That could box on that level, like I said, Shakur and Jerron Ennis, bro. I mean, real to keep it 100 with you, yeah.
Shakur,
you know what, Keon? Go ahead, Big Dose.
To keep it all the way 100, man. I feel the same way, bro. I feel Shakur could possibly be the one. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want to see the fight.
I think that Tank Davis, I think that Gervonta Davis has the best chance of beating Shakur, right? I don't think that he could beat Shakur. Everybody know I got Shakur over all of them, but I think that Tank got the best chance because Tank can box and he got that equalizer, right? So it all depends, like, you know what I'm saying? When you could punch like Tank, you got a chance of beating anybody. But then, but yeah, and he could box. But also, when you got defense like Shakur, and you know how to gauge range and distance like he do, and you can box inside and outside, and you can switch up the game. Like, that's the best fight to me. Like I said, man, I don't feel that way about too many fighters when I look at and I say, okay, I don't think nobody, you know what I'm saying, within this weight range can beat this fighter. I think in Nui, he showed me that. I wasn't too, like, you know what I'm saying, like, at first, I was like, man, other than Nonito Donaire, I don't really think that he fought nobody like that. But he showed me, dog, like, okay, this motherfucker a problem. And I don't think nobody gonna fuck with him, you know what I'm saying, from what he fighting at 120. He fight at 122 right now, right?
122, yeah.
Yeah,
he just moved up
from 120, from the weight class that he had all the way to 126. I don't see nobody beating him. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very few fighters, man. And like I said, y'all like, oh man, he rock with you. I don't even really like Shakur Stevenson, man. I really don't like his, like, personally, right? I don't put my personal feelings into who I like as a fighter inside the ring. Personally, I really don't really feel like when I met Shakur, I didn't met Shakur on several different occasions. I ain't like the nigga attitude the last time I met him. You know what I'm saying? He was on some kind of, you know what I'm saying, funny shit to me. But I don't give a fuck about that shit. Huh?
I could tell he seemed like that type person.
No, he's like I said, when I first met him when he was younger, he was very, very humble, you know, he's very cool. Then he started, you know, getting bigger, you know what I'm saying? Then he started acting funny. You know what I'm saying? The last time I met him, my girl was like, this nigga acting funny. Like, you know, and I was like, yeah, this nigga acting, he funny acting and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was acting like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm big now. I'm that nigga now, you know? And I wasn't feeling how the nigga was acting. I was kind of on some like, fuck this nigga shit. But but like I said, bro, when I talk about you know, just being in the ring and these issues, I don't let that shit, you know what I'm saying, cloud my vision of the fighter that he is and how I feel that he'll do in the ring against these certain fighters. I'm still gonna talk about the situation real. You know what I'm saying? Actually, when I met Devin and Bill, you know what I'm saying, like, they was hella more down to earth. But that don't, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not finna, a lot of people let that shit cloud them and then they get to want to talk bad about a fight. That don't have nothing to do with what the fighter you are in the ring and what I'm gonna pick.
But Keon, you know, in sports, man, that's like I keep saying, that's why they get paid the big bucks, man. Sports runs off emotions. You know what I'm saying? People have emotions. I know you don't.
Because you know why?
I'm saying the majority of people in sports, they're going to be emotional. So, like with Shakur, some of the things that he does outside the ring makes me not like him. You know,
but Big Dose.
But inside the ring, I can give him his props, like I just did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Big Dose, let me tell you this.
I also want to see him lose.
But Big Dose, let me tell you this, right? And reason I fuck with Shakur is because, to me, he'll fight anybody, right? That's another reason I fuck with him heavy, because it ain't too many fighters in boxing today that I could say, yeah, that motherfucker want to smoke with everybody. He'll fight anybody. That's another reason I fuck with him, right? But the thing is, why I don't let my personal feelings get involved when I'm picking a fighter or talking about how good a fighter is because I've gambled on boxing, right? And I know that if you let your personal feelings get involved and you go up to that motherfucking sporting book with your feelings, hey, they don't give a fuck about you after you turn that motherfucking money in. They don't give a fuck about you after you turn that money in. So I know I can't let my feelings get involved when it comes to boxing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what taught me, okay, stop letting your feelings get involved and look at the situation for, you know what I'm saying, what it really is. My feelings getting involved is what lost me a whole lot of money on Deontay Wilder. I'll tell you that. Toon, salute to my man Toon. He says Shakur is the best boxer on the planet at the moment. If you copy Shakur and put him in each weight class, he'll beat them all generational talent. You know what I'm saying? I think that Shakur is a generational talent, but I also think that it's a certain style fighter that is going to take to give Shakur a whole lot of problems. I think you got to have a Marcos Maidana type style.
That's what I was going to say, a pressure fighter.
Give Shakur. I think that type of fighter is going to give Shakur problems. And I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, in the 135-pound division, we got that type of fighter. A fighter that got a whole bunch of fuck you on his punches, a fighter that's going to keep coming and walk through your shit, a fighter that's awkward to where he going to throw punches to where you don't see where they coming from. That's just, I think that style fighter will give Shakur problems. And that's when we'll really see Shakur have to really go into his fucking bag. Like I said, the reason I picked Shakur over Tank is because I don't think that Tank is active enough. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to a chess match. And if you're trying to get into basically a chess match with Shakur, I don't see that going too well. You know what I'm saying? When it's going to the scorecards, unless you just knock him out. And I think that Shakur has shown that he's not going to make mistakes. And if he know that you can crack, he going to switch up the style. He going to make sure that he don't make no mistakes. So, you know, I got my reasoning, you know what I'm saying? But I also think that it's a type of fighter that's going to give him problems. And Pitbull, fuck no. Pitbull is not a Marcos Maidana top fighter. Pitbull is a straightforward, straight up and down, wild looping shots.
No jab.
Awkward. He's not accurate at all. He's just wild and he you know what I'm saying? No, Pitbull, no. Pitbull ain't him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, let me get y'all last word. I got to get up out of here and pick up this U-Haul so I can start moving, man. I got a fucking lot of moving to do. I'm not ready for this shit. So I probably won't be on until this weekend or next week when I get everything set up. But man, pray for me. Y'all pray for me.
Hey, I was just about to say my condolences. Condolences to you, man. I hate moving.
I hate it too, man.
Man, I'm looking at this shit in your house, man, and I'm like, God damn. I ain't even, man. Whoo, man. Yeah, this shit it's gonna take me the rest of the week for sure.
Then you gotta unpack everything once you get it there.
Well, you're not on a time limit, are you, Key? You can take your time. You can take your time, or you're on the time limit.
Well, nah, because I gotta, you know, I got the U-Haul for the next 2 days. So yeah.
Okay.
Within then, yeah, man. But yeah, I can't, man. I ain't ready for this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel
so y'all pray for me. Please,
you got some help.
You
got some help?
Huh?
You got some help?
Man, a little bit. Not really, you know what I'm saying? The household. You know how motherfuckers get when it's time to move.
They disappear. They disappear.
You know, when it's time to move, bro. Motherfuckers don't know you when it's time to move.
Nah,
for real, man.
I can't blame them because I tell people like this. You know what I'm saying? If you need anything, I got you. I'm that type of dude. But don't call me if you're moving. So hey, I can't complain. Yeah,
man.
Hey, that's a workout, bro. Hey, but hey, I'm gonna just say, man, peace to you, Key. Peace to KQKC and my boy,
yes, sir.
Man. It's all love, bro. It's just
yes,
boxing.
sir.
Y'all remember that at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, man. You already know, man. Don't take none of this shit serious when we going back and forth.
Please don't.
This
Yeah.
boxing is never personal. You know,
Hell,
Please don't. Yeah.
nah, I never fall out with my brothers over this shit.
Yeah,
Right.
this
Yeah,
for real.
but hey, y'all check my channel out, man. I'll be going live soon, man. Peace out to y'all. Much love.
All right.
Yes,
Peace out. All right.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big dose. And KQ, man, let them know that you're gonna be back on tomorrow, man, and what you got going on.
Yes, sir. I'll be right back tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, and we will be discussing all different topics. You know, I'm like the news. I go through everything, what's going on in sport of boxing. And don't forget, we got my guy fighting this Saturday, Jamel Charlo versus none other than Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I got Charlo winning. You know, I know what y'all gonna say, you know, but I know he's the uphill battle, but I'm riding with him all the way. That's how
I'm
I got
rooting for Charlo. I'm rooting, man,
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna be, man. I'm gonna be happy in the motherfucker if Charlo win. Real
Yep.
talk.
Man,
I'm
me
gonna keep
too.
it real. I don't see him beating Canelo. It's just too many things. Him
Yeah, I
still
know.
having his hand and off 16 months, and then moving up 2 weight. It's just too many things that's going
Right.
against him to me. But I hope he
Right.
wins.
Yep. I'm gonna be rooting for him, man. So, like I say, that's how you ride with somebody, win, lose, or draw. Never switch over and this and that. Never switch. If you're gonna ride with a fighter, ride with him until the wheels or to the casket drop.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. All
And
right.
we're gonna be looking forward to KQKC tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He will be on. I'm gonna be moving and I'm gonna have my earbuds in listening to the show. But man, I appreciate y'all. Make sure that you hit the like button if you ain't hit the like button yet. And we got a big weekend. And yeah, I'll be back either this weekend or next week. Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay. All right. Peace.
All right, peace out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We gone.